back, guys, to another session. We're in episode 9 of our Reditus D&D session. Last week, we had our adventurers go into the deep mine using a lift after receiving a key that got fixed from one of their new friends in the city, Jonas. As they proceeded down, they came across... Sorry, one second. You came across this lightning demon that was attacking you on the way down. Through an unfortunate series of events on the lift and Atlas's vulnerability to lightning, he was downed. The group was unable to kind of sustain him, and they lost him. This caused separation in the group. Darius running off to try and find a way to fix him, talking to Jonas, Jak and Reen pulling Atlas's body up into the city in the hopes that there was some solution. Felix sacrificing his pet gunner, tearing it apart, trying everything he could to fix Atlas, to no avail. And as we left it, Felix had ventured by himself back into the deep mine where Dorhan had actually released himself from the lift and went down and stopped this wave of energy that was damaging everybody. So him and Felix were down in the deep mine. Darius having an idea that the temple they're at previously may be able to heal him and bring Atlas back. So with Jak's help and also a little help from the foreman and one of his arachnids, got Atlas back to the temple through the mine. They had put Atlas in the central post and began the ritual that did come before. So energy, lightning came around these 5 pillars, all connecting. This red energy shooting into Atlas, his lifeless body shooting up through the ceiling. And as the ritual was completed, the walls were shaking, the ceiling was shaking. And that's where we're going to pick it up.
Yes, that protects your flesh, which protects your insides. You wear double armor because you're weak.
The wall, and then these weird zombies came out of the wall, and I threw grease on the ground, and then we killed them all, and then we went through the whole wall.
A way to help Atlas. You shouldn't be so hard on those that are willing to fight.
I do talk in kind of riddles sometimes, and I don't always tell the whole truth.
How are you now? How are you? Because I think that's something you should figure out before you get down there, don't you?
So Darius and Jak, as you watch on, you see these beams of energy shooting into Atlas, shooting up. The rocks now are starting to fall from the ceiling. You see the walls are shaking, starting to crumble in. Rocks are falling around you. As you can see where you are from Atlas right now, you can see now that the energy is starting to turn purple. That's shooting up, and you see now the top of Atlas's head. Half of his head is now scorched and melted in from this beam of energy that is shooting up. It continues. Rocks now falling all around you. Boom, 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 boom. You see a tear start to form. This opening and the energy that's shooting up above Atlas, where before you seen a story unfold in front of you, you now see a tear into blackness. You see purple energy orbs start to come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're flying up. They're circling. They're shooting up now in the hole, and it's being ripped into the ceiling. You see now a red orb start to come out of this tear. Are you guys doing anything?
Jak is taking a few steps back.
Okay. While this is happening, this orb now goes into the ground in between you guys and Atlas. You feel the rumbling. Rocks are falling all around you now. You can hardly see Atlas from the amount of debris that is now almost covering his body. This orb that absorbed into the ground in front of you, the ground starts to rumble. You now see these huge rocks start to reach out and break the marble flooring open. You see two hulking shoulders start to appear as you now see this giant golem start to reach up out of the ground.
I'm gonna take 2 steps back.
As you go to take 2 steps back, everything freezes. Jak, you just glance over and you just see Darius standing there. His eyes turn white. Darius, everything is frozen. Rocks in midair. Energy beam static. This huge golem thing with its hands now looks like it's trying to push itself up. Frozen in front of you. You now see 2 cloaked figures. One tall and one short. About 3 feet in front of you.
Do they look like the ones I saw in my dream?
They do.
Oh boy.
So am I frozen or is Darius frozen?
This is happening in a second. You don't see any of this.
Okay.
Who are you? Why are you here?
You see the taller one now raise their head just a little bit. If you had more power, this would not have happened. And he reaches out his hand towards you, and you see a purple crystal. And now the smaller one raises the head just a little, and now you can see a female, blonde hair, almost a smile, and a gentle voice. The compassion and empathy that you've shown, Darius, that's what's in your heart. Follow that, and make sure that this doesn't happen again. And she reaches out and she holds a green crystal in her hand. What do you do?
I assume they're offering. I have to make a choice. Like this is a red pill, blue pill situation.
That's what you see right now.
Okay. I'm going to reach forward for the green crystal.
Okay. So as your hand reaches out for the green crystal and you go to take it, your hand passes through it. And as your hand motions down, you can see right past the tear that is going through the energy closes with the movement of your hand. You grasp the green, time unfreezes, the rocks are falling, the golem reaches out, lets out a roar, and smashes his hands on the ground. I need both of you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
We're starting off good.
No, I'm not. 9.
23.
9 and a 23. Okay.
18 on the die.
Okay, Darius, you take 15 damage. And you're knocked back 10 feet. Jak, you take 7 damage. You're also knocked back 10 feet. You guys are now pushed back basically into the entranceway where all the corpses were. This huge golem now, only half of its body is reaching out of the floor, but is about 15 feet high. As you see, rocks crumble. You can barely see Atlas's body now, his legs completely crushed from what you can see. The golem turns around, goes to grab Atlas, and the entirety of the roof collapses, and you feel both of yourselves pull backwards as 2 arachnids pull you out of the room before it completely collapses behind you.
Darius screams out, Atlas!
And you hear nothing and only see blackness. And we go now to Felix. Ooh. I have to find him. Where did he go? Here he is.
It's not on this screen, not on this screen, not on this screen.
Literally. Okay. So as we touch back with Felix, previously Felix and Dorhan had decided to take a short rest. Dorhan was trying to convince Felix to move upstairs. So Felix, if you want to roll your hit dice, if you haven't already, for your short rest. Dorhan's going to do the same thing.
Coming up. Come on, baby. Come on.
Okay.
There you go.
So Felix, during your time of your short rest, Dorhan had kind of been scouring the area. You've seen him pick a few items up off the ground. And he reaches back to you. And Brian, I don't know if you checked, but you in your journal now, the 2 maps you found should be in there.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Felix, do you feel rested?
Yeah, I mean, about as rested as I can be at this point.
Can we proceed back up to meet everybody and see what's happening?
I don't think so, Dorhan. I think we needed to travel deeper into the mine.
What is your goal with this? Why travel deeper and not regroup? Is it to find the sanguine for the foreman? Is that your plan?
Yeah, I committed to getting the sanguine and to solving this problem, and well, I dragged everybody else into it. And people got hurt because of that, and it's my responsibility not to impact other people with my decisions anymore.
Well, I can't let you go alone, so for now, I think it's best that I accompany you.
That's your choice, Dorhan, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I would understand.
I don't feel like I have a choice. I took a vow, and I'm going to do everything I can to fulfill as much of that vow as I can.
Okay, well, there is a spot on this map that's labeled as having sanguine, but it's got an X through it. I'm not sure what that means. If they ran out of sanguine there, or it's a different reason that they put it, but we may as well start there, at least to see.
Agreed. That seems to be the wisest option, if that's the only one that has that label.
And Felix looks at the map and looks around the room and kind of turns and just kind of orients himself a little bit and says, oh, looks like it's out the western pathway, this way. And Felix will head that way.
Very well.
So he follows him behind you. As he walks past, one second. Dorhan, he stops and turns, looks into the lift, and he goes back into the lift. You see him pick something up, and he comes back out, following you, and you now see that Filber is on his shoulder.
Should we light the way, or do you think we'll be okay? Should we stay secret?
Can you see in the dark?
Indeed I can.
Then we might as well keep it dark for now and light it up if we need to.
If this place is infested by demons, I suggest a stealthy approach would be the way to go. Move slowly.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So as you go to the exit, you see a tunnel, not quite as structured as well as here. There are some reinforcements across the wall. It is pure darkness, as far down as you can see. Based on kind of like your knowledge of the maps, it's going to be quite a journey to get to the first cavern. So if you want to roll a perception just while you're entering that area.
22.
Okay, perfect. So as you go, you see some jagged rocks. You see things along the side. Nothing jumps out at you to cause any alarm while you move through very slowly, making sure to not alert anything nearby. So we're going to leave Dorhan and Felix down their path for now. So Jak and Darius, having been pulled out of the underground temple, now find yourselves back into the mine intersection. As I put you both there. There's 1 and 2. Okay, so you've been pulled back. You see now the 2 arachnids had pulled you to safety. Obviously instructed by Ariana to do so. So they put you both down, and they just step backwards.
And I assume now, like, in front of us is just rubble?
Yeah.
So I am frantically trying to dig into the rocks. Probably to no avail, but that's basically, he's just completely lost himself. He's just pulling and trying to, like, he's taking small rocks, anything he can do to get them out of the way to try and get in there.
Okay.
Jack's gonna look to the arachnids and kind of nod in thankfulness to them, and he's gonna say to Darius, "Well, if your plan is to go in there and get killed by that thing, I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna go catch up with Dorhan and Felix."
He's just sitting going, no, and like pulling rocks frantically.
Okay.
And Jack is just gonna depart.
Okay. So Jak, as you turn to move away, you see Darius at the end of the hall, just pulling and scratching and scraping. You start to see like flakes of blood now on his hands as he's trying to dig through this pile of rubble to no avail. The rocks have just filled in that gap. There's massive boulders now from this collapse, and you hear nothing from the other side.
He just collapses and starts crying.
Okay. Darius, sit down on his knees, weeping at the loss of his friend Atlas and his failed attempt to revive him. So Jak, you're leaving the mine, heading back towards the elevator.
Yep.
Okay.
Jack is not one to show emotion, so he is leaving.
Okay. Okay, so you work your way towards the elevator.
So just for your own sake, whatever timeline you want, he's basically going to pass out, like he's going to cry himself to sleep. You can put me in for a short rest.
Okay.
You can focus on those 2 for a bit.
Yeah, no worries. All right. So, Jak, you now reach the deep mine entrance. You can see that now Felix is gone. It is just you there. The lift has not returned. What would you like to do?
Jack is just gonna go up and he's gonna hit the lever for the lift to come back up.
Okay. So it's a lever. You hear the... You hear the chains start to move and rattle. And you assume that the lift is starting to come back up to you now.
Is Gunner out where I'm at, or was he on the lift?
Gunner was dismantled.
Is he like in pieces?
There's pieces of him on the lift, and there is some type of energy, something that powered him was just thrown into the blackness.
Jack's gonna gather up the pieces of Gunner he can find, and he's gonna go put them on the workbench.
The lift's not there yet. Right, it takes about 5 minutes to get up from your previous.
So the pieces are just on the lift; they're not around the area where I'm at.
Right. Yeah, he tried to repair them like back after it happened, so like about
Gotcha.
3/4 of
Okay.
the way down the shaft. Okay.
Jack will just post up on the wall and chill.
Okay. All right, so you're waiting for that. Darius, you can go ahead and roll your hit dice if you have not already.
Okay. Okay, that gives me 18.
Okay. So, Felix, as you continue forwards with Dorhan, moving slowly, stealthily, almost closing your eyes at some points just to make sure, can you hear anything? This infestation of demons doesn't seem to worry you too much, but yet you're not an idiot. You make sure that you're not running into anything untowards. So as you get to where this tunnel starts to narrow, you see there's almost like a barricade. There's some wood there. It looks like somebody has barricaded this up. It's just basically slots of wood, like 2x4s stacked, and there's gaps there, but it's kind of hard to see because of this coverage of wood.
It's just like sorry, it's like a dead end, or it's on the.
It looks like the hallway you were going has narrowed,
Okay.
and somebody has put wood and stuff up there to
Okay.
try and.
Okay. We're talking like 2x4s, or it's like thick. Like what is it? Like we're talking planks. What is it like?
It looks like it's 2x4s. It looks like somebody was able to use some type of like furniture or some type of flooring kind of ripped up, like a real makeshift type of barrier.
Okay. Turn to Dorhan and say, "We're gonna have to break through this to keep going."
Okay, do you want to do it or will I?
Oh, we can take turns, work together. I gotta pull out my windsmith hammer and take a swing.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. Well, you can roll attack just in case you get a crit.
Not a crit.
Okay. Roll damage.
13 magical bludgeoning.
Okay. And Dorhan's just he's gonna ram his shoulder into it. Okay, so you see with your hammer, you see one of the main planks in the middle split open. Dorhan shoving his shoulder in, pops it out. You have about a 3-foot gap here and about 2 foot in between now. Probably big enough for you to squeeze through.
Probably not big enough for Dorhan though.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, I'll take another hit. Swing. Take another swing.
Okay, so you both go ahead and push into this one more time.
Exact same rolls.
All right, so now you break 2 more panels of it. So now there's a bigger gap. There's about a 4.5 foot this way, and it's open at the sides now, about 2.5 foot on each side.
Big enough for him to fit yet?
Yeah, he could duck and get his way in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as Felix is taking his swings, he's kind of very determined. Just a determined look on his face. Everything else is kind of blocked out. Everything is purposeful right now. There's no emotion in what he's doing. It's just straight. Like I have to do this.
Okay.
And as he clears the space and it looks big enough, he turns to Dorhan and says, "Think you can squeeze through that?"
Yes, no problem. Go ahead, I've got this.
He starts kind of crunching himself down and kind of trying to push himself through.
Yeah. So Felix will go through as well.
Okay. Perfect. Roll a perception check.
21.
Okay, perfect. As you enter in now, this immediately opens out. And you can see from where you are, it looks like some sort of quarters or something. There's a table in front of you. You see some sort of room off to your right-hand side. Up to the north, you see some sort of, looks like maybe a fire pit from where you're standing. It's kind of hard to tell. Nothing's lit. And you see some racks against the wall on the left-hand side.
What's at the far end? Is it a wall? Does it continue on?
So if you want to move up a little bit closer. So Dorhan's going to kind of go to the right, going very slowly towards this door here. He's got his greatsword kind of raised over by this room, just inspecting it while you're over there. So as you move up further, you now see on the left-hand side, there's a wall, there's a workbench. You see what looks like an anvil and a furnace, which is somehow still burning. Some strange-looking table, and you see some bunks on the right-hand side. And as you look to the end of this room looks almost identical to the room that you came in. You see that it narrows down into what would be kind of like an entrance to a caveway, but it's completely filled in with different types of debris.
Okay.
What do you see, Felix?
Looks like it might be a dead end, Dorhan. I don't know if we're going to be able to dig through whatever kind of collapse they had over here. Even if we could, trying's probably a bad idea. Mine collapses are pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it's not something I want to get stuck in.
He goes up a little bit closer and just kind of starts looking around the area.
Would I recognize what like the purpose of what this room might be? Is it some kind of like staging area, some ready room for what's ahead, or?
Yeah, so from what you can tell, like whenever you, from your mining experience, deep enough through mining, if it was required, there would be like a staging area where there could be short rests taken by the workers, repairs to tools or fresh tools made, because immediately down where the resources are, it meant that there was less traveling up and down for anything that they needed. And then, so they'd usually have a permanent skilled smith there, who would usually live within that area and not have to leave the mine, so that they could continuously supply anything that the miners in the deepest of mines needed.
So this what looks like some kind of, is this burning a fire in the middle here?
So it's not lit, but you're close enough now to see it would be like a fire pit that people would like sit around. There's some benches around it, but it's not currently lit.
Okay, but I perceived the furnace over here was burning.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna head over there and have a look. Can I peer inside? Can I see what's burning inside the furnace?
Yeah. So you peek in and roll an investigation.
14.
14. Okay. So as you look in, you expect to see, some sort of fuel source at the bottom, but there's strange like lava or magma, and it's irradiating this intense heat. Just by you getting your face down, the heat coming out of it is more than any other type of furnace that you've felt for this type of smithing. So it seems to be a continuous burn without fuel.
Okay. Does it seem? I get the idea that's probably magical in nature. Then it doesn't seem to be natural.
There's nothing that shows that it's magical. You don't see anything that indicates a magic to it.
What about the tools and stuff around? Is there like a thick dust or dirt coating everything? Does it look like it's been abandoned or somebody has used this recently?
So it looks like it's been abandoned. There is a layer of dust on most things around you. You don't see anything that would indicate that anybody's been here in quite a while.
Okay. Well, I'm intrigued by that, but this thing here is going to catch my eye to the right. What is this? I'm going to move to this table or.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an investigation.
20.
Okay. So you haven't actually seen one of these before, but within your research, you've heard of such a thing. It's an enchanting table, and it was designed for a lot of different types of battles, like war and such, where repairs of like magical items or tinkering, it would expedite the process. So there's certain runes inscribed in this, and it's melded in a specific way that tinkering done on this, the time it takes is exponentially reduced.
Okay.
Felix, could there be something dangerous in here? I haven't heard anything, but I've scoped the whole area. This is the only area that I haven't seen anything.
All right. Well, we might as well just make sure there's nothing in there before we settle down at least.
I just want to secure the area before we get too comfortable here.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Doran standing at the side of the door. He kind of has the greatsword kind of raised up as if ready to strike. And it is a wooden rickety door, very similar to the door in the city that was broken when you guys were entering the city. It doesn't look like it's designed for heavy armor.
You first, Felix.
Just try to open the door.
The door opens.
All right. I'm going to step in and have a look around.
All right, Doran moves immediately up behind you, glancing all over, looking for danger.
What do you see? Is there any danger?
And roll a perception.
9.
Okay. So you see a desk to your left. Looks like there's some papers on it, a bed, and in the corner you see this strange grate, which looks like the same substance that was in the furnace, and it's just constantly glowing. It's giving off heat, and it's lighting up the room.
Okay, I'll go take a look at that. Do I see any fuel source burning in this thing?
No, you just see him. Almost looks like this magma or lava just slowly shifting, giving out this heat and light.
Okay. I want to have a look at the base of this thing that's burning. Does it seem that it goes below the floorboards? Is it like a hole into the ground with lava, or is this lava-like substance inside this container?
Okay. From what you can tell, this kind of small stone structure that it's in, it looks to go down below the floorboards. It doesn't look like this is a small container holding this. It looks like it's this is brought up from above. From below, not above.
Okay. All right, so I'll turn to Dorhan and say, "Oh, it looks like it's all clear, Dorhan. Nothing in here to worry about."
Okay, good. Glad it's safe at least. What do you want to do here?
Well, found an interesting table over here. Up outside here, I think I can use this to make something.
What are you trying to make?
Something out of this, and Felix is gonna turn his pack over and dump it, and it's not all of the dismantled pieces of gunner, but it's like, we'll say, about a third of the pieces that he collected that he could carry with him.
Okay.
Among some other scraps that he gathered up in the previous room where the bottom of the lift was. And Felix says, I have to stand on my own, and I need something for that. And he's going to get pieces out and just kind of start hammering away and furiously working away at something on this table, assembling something, putting something together. He removes his gauntlets, his scale mail. He's just hammering away at pieces, inscribing runes, working away.
Okay. As Felix is working, Dorhan goes back, kind of researching all over, seeing if he can find anything else of use. Looking over at Felix, you see the sweat dripping down the brow. Dorhan grabs a book off the table, and while you're working, comes over and says,
I don't know if this is any use, but it looks like it might be from the person that was staying here.
And
Says,
Felix wipes the sweat away and turns. What is it?
I don't understand this. I'm not much of a smith myself, but it looks like some sort of diagrams, and he hands you this diary.
Yeah, I'll stop working and have a look at it.
Is there anything I can help you with while you're doing what you're doing?
And Felix seems kind of enthralled with what's in this diary, and just kind of almost doesn't register what Dorhan says at first.
Very well, I'll wait for you here.
and he goes and positions himself over by the center, the brazier. See him pull out a small tinder box that Seraph had given him and starts to spark. And he just starts kind of getting random scraps to fuel the fire in the middle of the room. So
And,
Felix,
sorry, Felix. Felix, looking at the book, just kind of like has almost seems like a switch goes off in his head, and he goes, "I was thinking way too small," and he just kind of like clears everything off the table that he'd already been working on, and pushes it to the side and says, "Dorhan, get me any usable metal that you can find in this room."
You've got it.
he gets up and he starts scavenging. Lots of racks have weapons and tools. He just starts bringing, doesn't know what you need. He's just grabbing whatever he can, bringing to you from everywhere. Mallets, picks, irons, everything you can find made of metal.
Felix just now works like a man possessed, hammering, molding, and scribing.
Okay. So as that goes on, we'll switch back to Jak. So the elevator arrived. Cha-chunk. Is now at the top.
Jack's gonna go over, and he's going to get in it and pull the lever to go down.
Okay, very good. So with Darius taking his short rest, you would make it down to the bottom of the mine in this case.
Okay.
So as you proceed down about the 4-minute mark, you kind of brace yourself a little bit, knowing that this was roughly where the kind of pulses of energy had started before, but nothing happens. The lift continues down, you hear no noise, and you reach the bottom. Which I will put you in. And roll a perception.
What is that? That's a 14. 18.
Okay. So as you land, you see now you're in a large, dark room. With your night vision, you can see that there's like kind of boulders and rocks. You see a mechanism to the side of the lift that actions it to go back up as it mirrors what was above. You see kind of a wooden area with some tables and stuff laid out on it.
Jack is going to try to find signs of which direction everyone went.
Okay, roll a survival.
Okay, I have a decent survival. 14.
Okay. So you kind of see some markings, but with no light in here and just dark vision, it's kind of hard to make out exactly what you're looking at, whether it's just indentations from rocks falling or footprints, or it's hard to see in just tones of black and white.
Jak is going to... Which direction is he thinking, like, based off that, or is it, like, all around is what I'm getting?
Yeah, you really can't tell just based on there being no light. So you don't really get like a rough direction. You really can't tell.
Okay. Jak is going to look at Reen, and he's going to point to this direction.
Okay.
If you saw my ping.
Yep.
And he's going to have her scurry off, and he's going to snap out his little amulet.
Okay.
And while she runs down there, he's going to stay put and watch it.
Okay. So as Reen starts moving down, it's a long, dark passageway, and she can't see an end to it as she's moving forwards 10, 20, 30 feet. There's nothing immediately showing that there's something coming up. How far do you want her to travel?
I'd say 80 to 100 feet.
Okay. Yeah, she gets to 100 feet, and she still sees this dark passageway ahead.
And he's going to let out a sharp whistle and to recall her.
Roll a perception check for Reen.
Fair. I'm reading where it's at. 1 second. Seven.
Okay. Reen doesn't hear you. In her training,
Jak.
would she just continue forwards, or would she, like, in regards to your training, she would just continue forwards, right? After a command of go down there?
Yeah, most likely. So Jak's going to kind of shrug his shoulders, and he's going to start to make his way down that tunnel. And as he does, he's going to whistle a second time.
Okay. So you make your way down. Reen you and Reen moving similar speeds, so similar distance behind. So that travel takes a little bit. Darius, we will now flip over to you now that we have 3 different maps going.
The best.
All right. So as you kind of come to consciousness again, you see your back is leaning up against the rocks behind you. And just remembering your friend behind, looking forward, you see the darkness of the intersection of the mine. The arachnids are gone.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to head to the elevator.
Okay. All right. For expediency, we will get you there. So moving past Minikin's area, moving into the elevator area, you arrive now to see no lift is there.
Actually, I'm gonna go, and again, you don't have to switch screens for me. On the way to the elevator, I would actually stop into Minikin and just basically inform him that A.T.L.A.S has died. And then I'll basically just say, I think we're heading down into the mine, and ask him if there's anything we should look out for. Remembering that he said if we could go down there and clear things out. So if there's anything he needs from down there while we're down there, let him know I can try to grab it while I'm down there. And just ask for like a slight description so that I know what I'm looking for, since obviously I've never been in the mine before.
Okay. So, tell me not to switch screens.
I was just trying to make it easier for you.
No, I get it. It's all good though. So, as you enter the room, Minikin up and down. Oh, you're back! How did it go?
Not well, I'm afraid.
What's happening? Did you get to save your friend? Is Atlas okay?
He's gone.
Oh no. My children didn't tell me that he was gone. What happened? What happened?
We got him up to Jonas, and she couldn't make heads or tails of how he works or how to fix him. And I told her of something that happened back in the room, just beyond the mine, and she said to try it again. So we moved A.T.L.A.S down there, and I followed the ritual we followed before, except this time it didn't go the same. The room started shaking, and this creature came, and A.T.L.A.S actually started melting. The heat from the energy was damaging him further. And then this monstrosity fell, or it came out. There was a tear. I don't know how else to explain it. There was this energy, and it looked like it was a void inside of it, and this orb came out and went into the floor, and then this giant hulking monstrosity started climbing out of the floor, and then it's hard to say what happened next. The next thing I knew, your children were pulling me out of the room.
Yes, I told them if they seen any danger to try and get you to safety.
Well, thank you. They potentially saved my life.
Oh goodness, this is horrible news. Horrible news indeed. Is there? Oh, so what's the plan now? Do you have another plan? Can you get him? Can you try again? What's happening now?
The room completely collapsed on itself. I tried, and I hold up my hands. You can see. I mean, they're probably scabbed over now, but you can see that I visibly. And I tell them, I tried. I'm just not. I'm not made for this kind of stuff. I'm a performer. I'm only here because I made a mistake.
Oh, when you came here, you told me that you did some type of strange magic, and a statue dissolved into nothing, and then you went down into some sort of temple, and you did some magic there, which created some type of healing, and now you did some more magic, and something happened, and rocks came, and a monster came. Son,
Yeah.
It seems to me you're a bit more than a musician. There's something else there, I think. Don't count yourself short.
Thank you. If I was something more, I would have been able to save him.
Well, we can't live in regrets. All we can do is make sure that the day today and the day tomorrow we do better. That's all
You're
we
right.
can do.
Moving forward, I will do more to save the people that are around me and protect them. Which is why I need to get down there, because I don't know what they're doing, and I said some pretty horrible things to Felix. I need to go make sure that he's okay. And Jak is fine, always. I don't know if anything could mess that guy up. Well, except for weird dog people.
Did you
Getting on point.
Weird dog people? I don't know what is that. Anyways, so is Jonas okay? Because I knew that she was quite a gentle person when I seen her. If she gets attached, is she okay with everything that happened?
Honestly, she's hard to read in terms of emotion. She did seem genuinely concerned for A.T.L.A.S, and I will fill her in when I get the chance. I want to go and make sure that the other two are okay. I don't want to leave them down there, especially if it's full of all the monsters as you said it was. Especially if the thing we ran into wasn't even the tip of the iceberg, so to speak.
Very well. Well, I'm a little bit concerned if they went down not at full strength with the full group of you all. Oh dear indeed. Okay, well, if there's anything I can do up here, let me know, of course.
Yeah, so, and then looking about, because I mean, he's got this hoard of treasure. I'm like, do you have anything that might be able to help restore our strength?
Yes, I might have one or two things. And he raises his hand. You kind of see him kind of move his hand a few back and forth a little bit. And you see one of the arachnids drop down from the west wall, kind of rummage through, and come over, and it drops 2 healing potions right beside you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that actually reminds me, and I stick my hand into the infinity bag and pull out the rod. And I say, I found this in a chest. Any idea what this is?
How on earth did you get that? That was in the chest for emergencies. How did you even get in there?
Well, there was a fight, and things got a little out of hand. There was a bit of damage in the area.
A bit of damage? That's a very secure chest. Very valuable, you know. Almost more valuable than the rod that was in it.
I apologize. It might have been my fault. I was casting some stronger spells trying to hit multiple people, and I may have also hit the chest. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay. Very well. Well, I mean, if the lift is now working and such, and you're going down to clean out the demons, I guess you can keep it. I had it there so that if the lift was coming up with the demons, that we could put the rod right above and stop it, and the lift couldn't come up any further. You push a button, and that rod will go absolutely nowhere. Nowhere.
And I look at it, and I'm like, but I did push the button, and then I realize I didn't move it. I just clicked the button. So then I do it again, and I click the button and let it go.
Okay. And the rod just stays stationary.
Well, that's kind of cool. And I grab it. How do I make it move again?
Hit the button again!
And I click the button again.
And it moves freely in your hand yet again.
Thank you. I really appreciate everything you've done for us so far. I'm sorry still we haven't been able to deliver on our words to help you, but I do want to help you with it. Which is why, again, if there is anything down there that you think may be helpful for you, I can keep an eye out and ask the others to look as well.
All I want to happen is that wherever those demons are coming from, that they can't come from there anymore. That's all I want.
Okay, you don't have a clue where that is?
No, I don't. We had our mining areas, and as soon as we got to, we had to move areas because one area was extinguished of resources, and so we went to another one, and we hit an area of this our iron ore that we were working on, and that's when we started finding some relics and strange things, and all of a sudden, these demons started appearing.
All right. Well, we'll do what we can. I mean, the healing potions will definitely help as well. I know that you said for your collar, you need sanguine. If there is any down there, what would I be looking for?
Don't worry about my collar. It's fine. I don't mind living here, except that this is my home. But you're looking for very much like what you showed me on your chest.
So it's the same thing? It looks exactly the same?
It looks very similar indeed.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Foreman Kelder. I appreciate your help. I'm going to go back to the group and see if I can get them to kind of regroup. And I don't know what the plan is from here. I know that Dorhan was trying to get us to Centaurium. So we'll see if we can help you down there. And if we can't right now, we will come back. You have my word, if that means anything.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just, I don't want anybody to get injured or lose their lives any further. I don't even think I want you going in the mine. Is it? I mean, if this is just for me, then don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, truthfully, it's if we can find some sanguine down there, it's not just for you either. Jonas is also bound by a collar, and you did say we needed sanguine to remove the collar. So if we can help her too, it's kind of a double benefit.
Poor Jonas. Poor Jonas. I didn't know that she'd been restricted so with the collar. I thought she was here of her own free will. That's terrible news.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way I can find out if she's doing okay. Well, if you're going down there, and come see me for a second. Come up here. I can't walk like I used to. I want you to take this. It's a special gem. And he pulls out one of his pockets, this bright, glowing blue gem. And he hands it to you.
I open my hand and I take it and I ask, what does it do?
So this is very special. We use it in the deepest of minds. It's a gem of brightness. You can use this to illuminate things. And sometimes even powerful enough to damage something. But if you're going down there, I assume that there's no light. Everything would have been extinguished. My arachnids didn't need light. You see, very, very good they are. They can see very well in the dark. But this should be useful to you. And please, come back safe. And make sure if you are venturing deeper in the mines that you're well supplied and rested.
Okay, I will let the others know. Thank you again, Foreman Kelder. I really appreciate your help.
Of course. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. And I'll make my way to the elevator.
Okay. So back at the elevator, it is not there right now. There's no lift, no changes since last you were there.
Okay. And sorry, we did determine the depth of the shaft, right?
Yeah, it was about 600 feet approximately.
Okay, so that would be pointless then. Okay, I will pull the lever. Well, first, obviously nothing's moving, right? Like the machine doesn't appear that it's currently trying to take the lift in one direction or another.
No, you there's no noise from the system. It seems just stationary right now.
Okay, yeah, so I'll pull the lever.
Okay. So yeah, you hear the mechanics start to kick in, starts to move up. You glance over your shoulder to see the completely destroyed and shattered chest behind you, where you took the rod from. All right, perfect. So as this starts to move up, Jak, as you're moving forward with your best bud.
Upon rereading the Seeker Stones, I can telepathically speak to Reen, so I'm going to recall Reen.
Knowing your items.
Very important, very crucial. So Jak's going to walk back out.
Okay.
And wait for Reen to get back.
Okay.
And if she does in a timely manner, then he's going to send her up to this position.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so it doesn't take very long for Reen, and she starts to kind of up the pace a little bit, coming back to you. Yeah, she comes back out from that west exit.
And then telepathically, I'll say, "All right, go up this path, and let me know if you see, or I'll be looking, but let me know if you see anything."
Sorry, which path?
The north one on the left side.
Okay. Okay, roll a perception.
She did a great job on her last roll. She did a lot better on this one. She rolled a 19, so 23.
Okay. So as she starts to move through this tunnel, it's very, very similar to the structure of the tunnel that she went when she went through the west section. It's extremely dark. It looks pretty structured, though. You can tell there's supports along the side. And you can tell, again, this one goes on for quite a while. She goes 50, 60, 80, 100 feet with nothing changing as of yet.
All right, that's enough. You can come back. We'll check the next one.
Okay. She starts to kind of like hop on back, working her way towards you. And she comes out quite happily back into the main room again.
That is a big area. Jak is going to send her to this location on the east side.
Okay. So as Reen starts to walk over to the east side, are you staying where you are, or are you following her, or where are you going?
Jak will walk over to the benches over here.
Sure.
He'll be chilling over here as he's watching.
Okay. So as you go over to the workbenches, you get a little bit closer now. You can see it. This is some sort of area where it looks like they repaired things, or kind of general base camp, if you will. There's a desk. There's some things scattered around. And then you just turn for a second, and you hear a whisper. Can't quite make it out. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
I love this. It's a great game. Where's my wisdom saving throw +2? This is a 7 in total.
7? Okay. So you call Reen back to you. She comes up beside you. You move over towards the bottom of the lift. You cross your legs, and you sit there, and you wait. And now we're going to go, by this time, Felix, we will pop over now. Back into deep mine. All right, so you're back. Felix has been working hard now, but an hour has gone by, toiling with whatever you're working on.
How's it going with that, Felix?
I don't know, GM. How far along am I building this thing?
I would say you're about halfway. It'll probably take about 2 hours.
Okay. Felix will say, just kind of wipe sweat away again and take a breath and say, I think you can take a rest, Dorhan. I think I have everything I need. It's just a matter of putting it all together now. And he'll get back to hammering.
Okay.
Just hear the constant just clang, the hammer hitting the metal.
Okay. All right, perfect.
You think I should scout back where we came to make sure it stays clear, or should I stay here?
Sure, if you want to.
Perhaps I should stay.
He just gets a little bit closer and kind of just takes his seat over by the chair. As time's going on, he's getting a little bit more nervous and cautious of what's happening.
I don't think that anything's going to be coming through that rubble at the end of the room. And if anything can come through that, we got bigger problems.
Okay, how much time do you need, Felix?
I don't know, maybe another hour.
Very well. I think I might have... I really do want to check in on everyone, and I don't see any other alternative but going there. Okay. If I can trust you here alone, I will head and see if I can ensure that everybody else is safe, and then return, hopefully with everybody else to you.
Sounds good. And he just keeps hammering away.
Okay. All right, so Dorhan will start heading out of that passage. Okay, Darius.
Mm-hmm.
As the lift is moving down, you kind of almost brace yourself, like you're looking over the edge. You don't see any of the light, but from what's happened, you trust absolutely nothing, and just peering over the edge, hoping that nothing happens, and nothing happens. You don't. It doesn't kick in. You don't see any waves of energy. In fact, you don't really hear anything. As it continues down, you now reach the bottom of the deep mine. Which is there.
Is Jak actually here?
So as you arrive at the bottom, you see that Jak is just sitting cross-legged facing away with Reen beside him. And I need you to roll initiative.
What?
Also, Jak, you're rolling initiative.
I can't click on my character.
Yeah, I gotta edit that right now.
I get to roll initiative?
Yeah, you're both rolling initiative, yeah.
I get to fight him.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
23.
All right, let me get your turn orders up. All right, so you're 23. Yeah, I don't know why I can't give you access to your token. Control.
If you just want to remove it, I can drag myself there.
There we go. I got it.
Yeah, that worked. Okay.
All right, so as you move in, Darius, you come up and roll for attack, Jak, with the 23.
Is this just like blind, I'm fighting him, don't care, not gonna try to resist anything?
All you know is you're attacking Darius.
Okay. Jak is going to go ahead and take a step backwards, and he's going to snap his crossbow up with from his wrist, and he's going to let a bolt fly.
What are you doing?
As Reen also intervenes with a reaction.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
Oh, yes.
I figured.
Just.
Barely. That is 8 points of piercing damage, followed by 4 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And then Jak is going to give the command for Reen to run in and bite him.
Okay.
And she's going to get right up in his face and take a swing at him. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah, just.
I'll take that. And then I think this is just a 1d6 plus 2. And that is max roll, so 8 points of piercing damage.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And
that'll be it for Jak.
All right, yeah, Darius, you just land. You just see him spin around. He leaps back, pulls, shoots. Rena attaches onto that, bites you. You have no idea what's happening right now.
I fucking knew you were an asshole. As a bonus action, I am going to drink one of those potions. What is a potion?
It was a regular healing, 2 regular healing potions.
Yeah. What is that though? Is it 2d4 or something?
Reg healing.
I'm blaming whatever whispered in my ear.
Obviously.
Potion of healing. It is 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. So I get 7 hit points back. Probably won't survive the next round. Okay.
As you drink that and you feel the healing kind of come through your body, you feel kind of something shift and a little vibration happens through your body.
Oh. What is happening? This place is weird. Okay, I am going to just in hopes that this fucking works, because I have no idea where anyone else is. I do know that Felix is down here, right, with Dorhan?
You know that Felix did go down here to get Dorhan, yeah.
Okay. So I am going to cast Message. And I'm just going to like in an attempt to connect with Dorhan or Felix, just be like, "Hey, Jak is trying to kill me. I don't know what's happening. Please come back to the elevator," and hope that it reaches them. If they are more than 120 feet away, though, it doesn't do anything. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. So, as you try to heal up, you send this message out. You're just kind of shaking your head, like, for real. And you guys just hear this little snicker, kind of laughter. Oh, you're doing so well, my beautiful new puppet.
The hell?
And you see this kind of floating, beautiful looking female that has horns and very light wings coming out the back.
Would I know what it is?
Roll a history.
6.
Oh, the School of Lore. You do not. You just know that it looks very alluring.
Is she bad?
So she is going to fly. And you see her fly north of the cavern, and then you just see her kind of raise her hand for a second, and she just blinks out of existence.
Oh, man.
Okay, Jak, roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. It'll be an 18.
18? Okay. So, as you get ready for your next attack against Darius, something just clicks. It doesn't feel right. You just grin your teeth and you clench your fist and and you just break free, and all of a sudden now you see see your friend in front of you. You see him mortally wounded. You see Reen hanging on to his leg with her teeth.
Jack's gonna come to and be like, "Great, come back, Darius. What's going on?"
You tell me, jackass.
I don't know. I just came to. I don't know what happened. I was
You
just
tried
looking...
to kill me. That's what happened. I literally got down here on the elevator, and you attacked me.
So
I didn't
No.
even say anything to you.
Reed
okay.
and I were looking down the paths.
You're still in initiative, so you have an
Okay.
action, Jak, to
Ooh.
use. We can't have our debrief yet.
Okay, no debrief. Jak is going to... he's going to recall Reen to his side.
Okay.
And then he's going to
Oh,
look... He's going to
Attack
try
of
to...
opportunity.
Attack, yeah, he wanted to. He is going to try to look at what's going on.
Okay. So yeah, you just see basically, Darius is just looking bloodied. You look around, you don't see anything nearby. Last thing you remember was that you were walking over behind Reen to check out the Eastern Passage.
Yeah. All right, that'll be it for us.
Okay. Darius, you're up.
Okay. Can Reen track sense?
Sense?
Yeah, like smell.
Yeah, she's...
Only dollars.
I believe she can. I'm sure she can track.
Cause so I know you did a survival check. Did you have Reen try to pick up their scent to see which way they went?
You don't know that.
I know. I'm saying me as the player, not Darius.
That's metagaming.
So he's asking him, like, can Reen track sense? That's basically what Darius has said.
You're just trying to clarify what you mean. Yeah.
Yes, she can.
So why don't you see if she can find Felix or Dorhan?
What's your action, Darius?
That's it.
You're just speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
Our
I'm not gonna
combats
attack
are a
him.
little talkative.
Yeah, I'm not going to attack him, and I have zero way of revealing her.
Okay,
I
so
don't think-
you
hold
end your turn.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, hold on. Never mind. I'll wait till it's my turn.
It is your turn, unless she's
No.
going to go.
It is not. See her rematerialize now. Look of disgust in her face now that her puppet has disobeyed her. She's gonna fly about 20 foot in the air. She holds steady here, and Darius roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is not going to go well. 16?
You hear these whispers. Just, Darius, I've been waiting for you. You're finally here. And you start to think about everything that's happened, who you were before, how this would have just pulled you in instantly, and you just shake it off. You're not this time! And you resist her spell.
Vile temptress!
Okay, and that's her turn. Jak, you're up.
Excellent. If she does disappear again, I have primeval awareness. I can use an action and I can locate stuff within 6 miles of me. That is demoned and stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay, Jak is going to turn his attention and he is going to take a step towards her, and he's going to just pull his crossbow up and release a bolt with a reaction from Marine to enchant it with lightning.
Okay. Roll for attack.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Terrible rolls. Oh my goodness. 6 points of piercing damage with 1 point of lightning damage.
Okay. All right. So the arrow flies towards her, just catches her kind of on the tip of her wing. She just kind of winces off a little bit, and she just gives a smile. Naughty.
And then, as a bonus action, I am going to cast Hail of Thorns. So
Okay.
on my next turn, I will get an extra 1d10 of damage. And
Okay.
that'll be it for me.
Sounds good. Darius, you're up.
All right, I will move. Hold on. 3, 4. How many thingies do I get? I think, yeah, okay. 5, 6. So first I'm gonna say to Jak, try to restrain her in case she tries to disappear again. And then I'm gonna turn to her and I've been like, I've been seduced by many women, but none as fumbly as you. And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Alrighty. She rolled a 5.
Okay, so she fails. It takes 1d4. So she takes 3 damage and has disadvantage on her next attack.
All right. Anything else for you?
No, that is it.
Okay. Just looks at you and kind of just gives a little chuckle. It was like she found it was funny. She sweeps forwards. To the last person that insulted her. And she takes out, now that this beautiful hand, looks like it's nicely manicured, now pulls out these long nails, razor sharp, and takes a swing at you, Darius.
All right. Make sure it's at disadvantage.
Yep.
She's got 8 attacks.
1 for each nail.
Yeah.
So
And
13.
4 action surges.
Legendary. So 13.
Misses.
So she swings down, misses, frustration. She tries to move away, back to a couple of feet away from her position.
Okay, so I'm going to take my attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Attaboy.
23.
23 hits.
She takes 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
Stack that damage up.
Just chunk her away little by little.
You foul wench.
All right. Jak, you're up.
Jak is going to, you guessed it, shoot her with a crossbow. So he's going to snap his hand up again. He's going to launch another crossbow bolt at her. That is a 15. So 22. Small math hurts my brain.
22 hits.
Okay. So I get, and then Reen is also going to react. So I get a 1d10, a 1d8, and a 1d6.
1, 1, 1.
Dude, that'd be rough. I did get roll a 10 on my 10 die, so that's good. So that'll be 10 points of piercing damage, plus 2 points of lightning damage, plus 10 points of also, I believe, piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, she has to make a dex. Does she have to make a dex save? Is that what it says? Okay, she's got to make a dex save first.
So she is
Straight damage would be way cooler.
5.
Dang, she failed. So
Oh.
she will take 10 more points of piercing damage.
All right.
So 22 damage
22 total. Yeah. Got it.
Dang, I slapped. Is she hovering above the ground, or is she like in the air?
Yeah, she moved up. She's 10 feet above now. She's 10 feet above the ground.
How we feeling if Reen jumps and tries to bite her?
No. I don't think I think we let that happen earlier, but she's way too nimble. She's no little black imp. She's way too nimble.
I'm going to recast Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
And then that will be Jak's turn.
Okay, Darius, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I got nothing insult-wise. I'm just gonna say I'm not really into long nails, and
7.
that does not save. So we will do another D4. Takes 4 damage. Hell yeah!
Okay.
And disadvantage on attacks.
All right. She's now looking so flustered. The wings are kind of still flapping, hovering her in space. She's looking around at her opportunity, and she's just next time. And you just see her close her her wings, and she disappears in front of you.
Can I use? Are we out of combat?
Nope.
Okay, I want to use my primeval awareness, and I want to locate her and shoot her in the butt.
Let me look that up. 1 second.
Yeah,
Okay.
does it tell you where they are?
It says as an action I can magically. Oh wait, no, that's my Drake companion. As an action, you can extend one ranger spell slot, 1 minute per level of spell slot, to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead are present within a mile of you, or within up to 6 miles.
So you do not sense her anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Well, shit. Okay. Well. And you said we're still in combat?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is like Baldur's Gate, when like you set off a trap and then it's like turn-based from that point forward.
I would like to ready an action to attack with my crossbow.
Okay. As soon as she appears.
Yep, and that is it for me.
Okay. Darius, you're up.
Totally realized I ignored Darius and did not try to restrain her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notice how she got away.
My
Get that
bad.
grapple for a reason, man.
To climb trees.
I am also gonna ready Fish's Mockery for if she reappears.
Okay. All right. You guys wait. 1 minute goes by. She does not appear. And you're
Okay,
out of combat for now.
okay, I was gonna say we better be out of combat. That's 10 rounds.
What a bum.
Poised at the ready. So as you wait, as this minute kind of comes to an end, you see Dorhan just slowly walking from the western area. As I find his token. By Darius, by the gods, what happened? Walks
Did
in
you
and
get
sees
my
you covered in
message?
blood. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, I guess you were too far away. There was a woman with wings and horns. She was actually very beautiful. But
She was.
for probably the first time in my life, that meant nothing to me. And she tried to kill us. That's an important part.
Oh, are you okay? Should you get healed? Can't you heal yourself?
Not yet. I haven't had a decent night's rest yet.
Oh my gods. Jak, are you okay?
Zorhan, I should probably tell you. And I approach slowly. Atlas is gone.
He kind of bows his head just a little.
Felix found me. He told me. Is it true though? Is there no way to fix him?
I don't know. You remember that energy that gave you your leg back?
Yes, of course.
I thought maybe that could maybe bring him back. So Jak and I took him there with the help of Minikin's children. I reactivated the ritual, but it was different this time. The room ended up collapsing, and there was a golem of some sort.
Is it possible you did the ritual wrong? Is it possible? Could you try it again, perhaps, and bring him back?
The room is gone, and Atlas was in the middle of it. It completely collapsed on itself. I couldn't get in there.
And something big spawned in, made of rock, and it hit us
Yeah.
and knocked us back anyway.
Doran, how much do you know about our world, or beyond it?
Well, I'm highly trained in what we may come across within the islands, as that's my main focus from my section of the military. I know some basics, obviously, of the mainland, but our focus was always of the islands.
So, when I activated the ritual, it activated as it did, but then the whole room started shaking. And now when we did it before, there was this display that showed us what looked like a map of our world.
Mm.
But this time there was no map. The energy just shot through Atlas. We had him in the central pillar, and it changed color. Atlas started melting, and then it was almost as if there was a hole ripped in the space that was there.
Like
and that's where that creature came from.
a space. Well, what did it look like? What do you mean by a space?
Well, it looked like nothing. There was like an energy tear, and it was just a void. And this orb came out, crashed into the ground, and this giant golem-looking thing came out of the ground, and then the room started to cave in, and I was pulled out, thankfully, by Foreman Kelder's children.
Oh, this is distressing. I can't think of anything that would be. I've seen giants. I've seen golems. From your description, is almost like it was both.
It looked like both. I mean, I've never seen them, but obviously, being what I am, I've heard of them. But stories can only tell you so much.
I think we need to refocus. I think we need to regroup, and we need to figure out what the hell is going on and how we get out of here.
Speaking of regrouping, where is Felix?
Felix found something. We found some sort of area that it looked like it was some blacksmith or something was there, and he was taking parts of Gunner, and he was working on something. He sees it just seems a safe area. We checked everything, and he said that he needed maybe a little bit more time just to finish whatever he was working on. So I came back to hopefully find everybody else and make sure everybody else was okay.
Well, you've found most of us. Sadly, one of us is gone.
And Gunner's tore apart in the elevator.
No, Felix is using parts of Gunner to build whatever it is he's building. Perhaps another pet. I'm not sure. He didn't say.
Well, maybe we should go. If you said it's a safe area, maybe we can rest there.
I don't know what.
I doubt it's safe, especially with whatever that was flying around.
Well, I mean, unless we're leaving, which I don't know what Felix's state of mind is currently.
Ultimately, I would like us to get together, go back to the safety of the city, regroup, and make a plan of attack.
Attack? What are we attacking?
Just a plan, something right now. We're just shooting into the dark.
But you're not going to do that, are you? You're going to ask Felix what he wants to do. He's told us what he wants to do. And then you're going to say yes. So, you can be our trained special bodyguard, but you're just following the one person you felt is a designated leader. So we're never going to get there.
Darius is standing there kind of like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
So you can sit here and preach to me about leaving, but when you're actually ready to get up in the elevator and leave, and or force us to do that, let me know. And Jack's going to go, you came from this direction, and he's going to start walking that way.
So as you walk up, Dorhan comes right up to you, like chest to chest.
He's like, I wouldn't expect you to understand anything like chain of command or working with your fellow fighters towards a combined goal.
And he just shoves you with his shoulder.
As he does that, Jack is going to give him a little tap on the cheek, and when he does that, his crossbow is going to expand.
I
and he's going to be like,
push between them.
You can test me anytime, buddy.
Okay. All right. You're both very big and strong men. You know, I get it.
I'm like 5'7", so I'm down there.
So you're continuing towards the Western Passage?
Yes, wherever he came from.
Yeah, that's where he came from, the West. Okay. Okay, Darius, what do you want to do?
I'm just going to say, I'm like, look, we're all really upset, Dorhan. Don't take it personally, but he's got a point. At some point, you're going to have to strong-arm Felix. He's kind of hell-bent on exploring this mine, and so far, nothing good has come out of it. And then I just start following Jack.
Well, just so you know, you don't see everything that I've done with Felix.
I just kind of like one of these behind, like.
And Jack's gonna say, as he says that, as the bodies stack.
Dick.
All right, so Dorhan follows behind you guys. Darius, you're following through with Jack, right, to the Western Passage? Okay. All right, so let me grab everybody. So as you guys walk through, now this is your first time, Darius, going through but dark corridor. Dorhan explains that everything's been cleared. There's no traps or anything. As you guys push your way through a half broken down barrier, you now find yourselves in what looks like some sort of mining area. As I move everybody in so smoothly and skillfully.
Felix, I found everyone.
done or am I still working?
You are just finishing up.
Felix, you see Felix standing at this arcane table. A runic glow coming from the table, his back to everybody. He stands kind of breathing heavily, exhausted. He, holding his warhammer in his hand, he finally lowers it to his side and drops it. And he wipes sweat away from his forehead again and nods his head and says, without turning, "Well, it's good that you guys are okay."
They said that they tried to fix A.T.L.A.S. They brought the body somewhere, but it
I
didn't
put my
seem to
hand
work.
up, like, I got this. So I approach him, and I kneel down. So, like, I'm eye height with him, and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, "Look, I know I said some shitty things to you back there, and I'm sorry. It's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted what happened. Don't try to carry that on yourself. Clearly nothing we could have done would have brought him back. I tried. I even took him back to that room where we saw that energy in the map of the world, and it only made things worse."
Well, that's where you're actually wrong now, Darius. It was my fault. All this was. I could have foreseen it because everything that I do, everything I try to do, always ends terribly. It's always a mistake. There's something you guys should all know, which is that I wasn't selected by my island to come here because I was brilliant or because I could bring great prosperity back to my land. My island doesn't care about this tournament. They found their own way to prosper and survive. They sent me to be rid of me. They sent me because my own father was sick of my innovations and attempts to help from just setting everything back and causing problems. They'd finally had enough, and they sent me away so that I couldn't screw everything up anymore. I thought this was a chance to start over, you know, to do things better this time, but it's all fallen apart again, just like before.
And I chuckle at him. "Oh, is that all? Believe me, you're not the only one who's been sent here because of their misdoings. And I'm not gonna get into, at least not right now, but I was not sent here as a hero. I was sent here to die. It was an execution without being public. Now that said, you screwed up. People screw up. I am a living proof of that. I am a walking screw up. But you have saved my life since we've gotten here at least 3 times. So, just because you make mistakes doesn't mean that you don't also make the right decisions. Learn from your mistakes and grow from them.
I'm trying. We're stuck here together, figuring this out one way or another. So as long as that's the case, I'm not going to let anybody else get hurt. And Felix kind of takes a step away from the table, and you see now there's these scattered pieces of what look like armor that have runes inscribed on them. Felix puts his hands out, and you see these 2 bracelets on his wrists glow as the armor lifts off the table. And in a matter of less than 10 seconds, the pieces fly to Felix. The chest piece flies to him and
Straight
attaches.
Iron Manning.
The gauntlets fly to his hands and attach. The greaves, everything surrounds him as his cloak billows out from the back, and he pulls his hood up as this new rune-inscribed black armor attaches itself to Felix's body.
Drippy. As that's happening, Jack's gonna kind of be like rubbing his face down in kind of like annoyance, and he's gonna go, I'm stuck here with a bunch of misfits and mess ups because you guys all got kicked off your islands because you guys are dumb. I get sent here because I'm supposed to be capable, and now I feel like I was sent here to die. But you have proven yourself capable in moments of altercation, and that's the only thing I need to see out of you. But if you're still going to lead us, Felix, I want you to listen to us as a group from now on and not just track off on your own. Can you promise me that? Because I've seen you fight, and if you are willing to listen to the people that are beneath you, I will follow you.
Yeah, well, we're in this together. It's time to figure out what our next move is. And,
Maybe we shouldn't look at it as beneath. Maybe we should look at each other as a team.
Well, then let's decide as a team where to go.
Dorhan kind of walks over with a smile towards Felix, kind of looking the armor up and down, kind of touches the plating of it and gives a smile.
It's like, this is a little bit more of the Felix that I like to see. A little bit more of a step in the right direction. Not letting anybody else get hurt. I can get behind that.
Then you have my blade.
You have my bow.
You have my bow.
And my loot?
And my flute.
Okay, so Felix will pull. He'll kneel down to his pack, which was on the floor about 5 feet from the arcane table, and he'll pull out a rolled up map and hand it to Darius, and say, "I found this in the first room at the base of the lift. I came this way looking for Sanguine originally, but it seems it was X'd off on the map," and he motions behind him. "The passageway is collapsed. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get through there, and I can tell you that trying to move that rubble is likely way too dangerous. So we have to decide what our next move is. What do you guys want to do?"
Well, is there anything else down here that is even worth... Okay, hold on. Before I even ask this, and because I know once you make your mind up, it's kind of where you go. We need to rest. I am spent, and I am exhausted. I spent however long it's been since A.T.L.A.S was gone, running around, dragging him about, and I'm not the strongest person. I am exhausted, and I have all my arcane talent is tapped. I need to rest to be able to use that again. And if we're going to go anywhere, if I'm to be useful, I need that back.
That sounds like a fair request to me.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
Jak did say that he purchased healing potions at one of the stores above. If we're planning on going deeper in the mines, it might be wise to get more healing.
Yeah, if we rest, I will be able to heal. And I do have one potion left.
Does anybody else have any potions?
I used mine.
Also, since we're kind of discussing inventory, I spoke to Minikin before coming down here, and I reach into the bag of holding and pull out the blue crystal. He gave me this, which he said helps illuminate areas, and he said it can be used to attack. I don't know much about it, and I kind of gently toss it over to Felix since he has a magic sense.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I'll examine it. See if I can glean anything from it.
Okay. See this shiny blue crystal. Someday when you look really close, you almost see this little emanating pulse from inside it.
Okay.
So we agreed that we should rest here. So far, it seems secure.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I reach in and pull out the immovable rod. I also found this. And then I hold it up, and I click the button, and I let it go.
Okay. And the rod is hanging in midair. You guys see this just exquisite looking metal rod, horse on each side, is now just hanging motionless in the air.
So, I mean, right now, not really helpful, but I think we could have a lot of appliance for this. It might be helpful in the future, and then I grab it, click it again, and stick it back in the bag.
Okay.
How helpful is that little table you were playing there with, Felix?
It made a big difference. I wouldn't have been able to construct and assemble this armor without it, at least not in the same time frame.
Can that table fit in your magic bag?
So the table there, it's about 3 feet in circumference. And height-wise, it's about 2.5 feet high. You are unaware of how heavy it is, however.
What do you want to bring it for?
I was just recommending if it was helpful, maybe you could use it later. It's not every day, or how often are we going to find something like that? I don't know, I was just trying to be helpful.
We could try to put it in here, and I hold up the bag of infinity.
Well, guess we can see how heavy it is. I didn't really try, but I'll try to lift it.
Roll a strength check.
Okay, I'm gonna expend a charge of my armor of strength to add a +4. and I will
Okay,
roll
awesome.
strength. 23.
23. So,
One hand's
you see now as he comes forward, he goes to push, and you see the light kind of flash from this new armor, and it doesn't budge. It doesn't move an inch. From trying to push it, it looks like it's almost built out of the rock and upwards. It's almost like this table is somehow melded or attached to the ground beneath it.
I don't think we're taking this thing with us.
Just a thought. And Jak is going to go straight over to one of the bed-looking things and take a rest.
Darius, you look like the most injured. Perhaps you should stay in the room over there. Looks like the most best rest in the area.
All right. I'm going to meander my way into the room.
Jak's going to kick some of the skeletons away and then lay down.
Doran's going to just take position here by the fire and kind of lay on one of the benches, just staying central so that he can just keep watch if anything does happen.
Darius, wait.
Hmm?
The gem. Here. And he
You hold
hands-
on to it.
You might find more use for it than me.
You seem to be playing with a lot of gems during this whole endeavor. You hold on to it. If we need to swap it up before something, we can always do that.
Oh, all right. Sure. And Felix will head to one of the beds to rest as well.
All right. So everybody going down for a long rest? Anybody need to do anything? Anybody keeping watch?
Yeah, I'm out cold.
Is Dorhan keeping watch?
Dorhan will be observant during this period of time.
I say Jack will split it with him if he wants. Jack may have been sassy earlier, but he still is willing to keep watch.
Okay.
Felix is pretty exhausted for the first time in his life. Instead of staying up to tinker with things, he goes to the bed. The armor detaches itself from him in a matter of seconds, and he crawls into bed. And
Does it turn into a briefcase?
It kind of compacts almost into like a box. Yeah.
Awesome.
So is our new team name the Avengers?
I have a name, but I want to actually work it into like dialogue.
Okay.
Jack, can Reen watch? There's only one entrance here. Could Reen perhaps watch the entrance just so that we could all get some rest? Would she alert us? Does she need to sleep?
Jack just kind of looks at Reen and telepathically says, "Yeah, I think he can watch." And then she's going to go jump on this table, and she's going to kind of curl up like she's laying down, but she's staring down that way. And then Jack's going to be like, "Yeah, she's got it. Get some rest."
Okay. All right, so all settling down for a long rest. Anybody need to do anything before we go through it? All right, good enough. Everybody take a long rest.
Oh, thank God. Oh, it does it now. When I used to hit long rest, it didn't restore my spell slots. Now it does.
I should check if mine did that. I actually used spell slots today.
It didn't restore my bardic inspiration, though, but I can do that myself.
All right. Everybody good? All reset? All good to go? So, Felix, as you kind of like open your eyes for the first time in a while now, kind of feel like you did get a good rest. You've known a lot of work ahead of you, but you kind of feel this kind of warmness in your bag. You reach in and you grab the stone that's in there, and you hear, "Felix, I got word. You have to come to the city right away. Right away, sir. I've sent word. You must get there immediately. It's A.T.L.A.S. It's A.T.L.A.S." Sending a message to the sending stone.
You're muted.
Can I answer back?
Yeah, you can reply back. Yeah, I want to reply.
What? Why? What happened?
Sir, I've sent word that the A.T.L.A.S.'s body, it's not working, but the body's there. I don't know any details. That's all she told me. This is the only way I know to contact you guys down there.
Is everybody else asleep?
Yes, right now you're the first awake.
Jack, wake up! Felix will start running through and just saying, "Dorhan, Jack, Darius!"
Doran
Do I
jumps
hear
up
him?
immediately. Yeah, he's not being quiet.
Oh,
I'm
what?
not even going to knock on the door. I'm just going to push the door open.
What?
Darius!
Yeah, whoa, yeah.
What did you do with A.T.L.A.S.'s body?
It was in the rubble, like the room collapsed. I guess I didn't really get to fill you in totally.
Well, apparently it's not anymore.
What?
Apparently it's in the city.
Oh. What? How?
I don't know, but we should get up there.
We need to get up there right away if there's any possibility of A.T.L.A.S. being okay.
All right. We can go. But before we do, I was, laying in my bed, and I kind of feel like we had a moment last night, and I was thinking, as a tribute to our good friend A.T.L.A.S, we can call ourselves the ATLADS.
Jack starts walking towards the elevator.
Well, I'm only a temporary part of this group until we get to Santorium, so I will renege my vote.
Well, do you like the name? You don't have to have a vote, but yeah, you don't like anything, so never mind. I don't know why I bother asking you. Come on, Felix. It's you and me versus Jak, because he doesn't like anything either.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not really good at this kind of stuff, but you're like somewhat of a poet, so sure, it's a good enough name.
All right. I wish he were here to hear it. I'm sure he would have voted for it as well.
So the ATLADS it is then, I guess.
Yeah, the ATLADS. I like it.
Atlas would name us something stupid like Filbert.
There's nothing wrong with Filbert.
Yeah, are you saying that where we can hear it?
Yeah, Jak is saying it as he's
You
walking
watch your
away.
tongue.
Vicious mockery.
That is a cantrip. I could do it now. I don't want to take his health down.
Okay, is there anything else we need from here, or should we proceed out?
No, I think. Oh, wait. And Felix will walk back towards the bed and call the armor to him. And, go, almost
Leaves his
forgot.
new armor.
Almost forgot something pretty important there.
The next guy that goes down here is like, this stuff's sick.
Oh, just Felix, you've been down here the longest, and I unbuttoned my shirt. Have you seen anything that looks like our crystals?
No, I was looking for it down this path. The map said that there was sanguine veins this part of the mine, but it's collapsed. Like I said, I was hoping to find some so that we could use it to help Jonas.
Yeah, I want to help her too, and Minikin, but let's just go to town. We'll figure out. I don't even know how we're gonna figure it out, but let's go see if it's actually Atlas's body first, and then we can figure out what to do from there.
Yeah, well, let's go.
All right. Everybody following suit, heading down the path towards the lift?
Yep.
Okay. This is very strange that I'm, like, moving everybody.
Let's split up again, guys.
As you guys enter the familiar room with the lift, you do see that the lift is down. Filber's
Like it's here?
Yeah, it's here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Filber's scamping around. Dorhan's neck kind of just hanging in, watching things as they unfurl.
I want to make an attempt. I want to hold my hand out to him.
Okay. He just stares over at you.
And I'm just gonna come on.
He hops down onto the ground, runs over, climbs up your leg, down your shoulder, down your arm, sits on your hand and turns and just looks at you, cross-legged.
And I scratch his head, and then I gesture for him to sit on my shoulder.
And he does so.
Da!
So you guys head over towards the lift. Who's leading the way? Who's the first one going on the lift?
Jak left first, so he'll just get on it.
Okay, so Jak's going first. Okay, and who next?
Green.
Yeah.
Go.
Felix will be
figure.
marching on, try and be right up at the front.
Yeah, I imagine Felix would be in the front, to be honest, just charging past
Yes.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
No delay.
Yeah. So as you guys approach, Felix, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, she's back. But I don't know this, of course.
12.
12. Okay. So I want you to roll an attack throw towards Jak. And we're all in initiative.
Bring it on.
Okay, so roll initiative first then? And then...
Yeah, initiative. Well, you're going to get a surprise attack on Jak, but yeah. Roll initiative.
Okay. Okay. Am I a prisoner in my own body, or am I do I not realize that I'm doing something bad?
You don't realize. You're
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
all
what
right.
you're doing, but you don't know it's bad, basically.
Yeah.
Can
okay.
you make me a token
Oh, yeah.
for initiative?
So as we approach the elevator, Felix just stops and like makes a fist and turns towards Jak and punches with his gauntlet.
So,
Okay.
with this happening, do Jak and I know what's going on? Because we
Well,
already...
probably after the attack, that's why you'd be able to like go into initiative right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't cutting words that if it's a surprise attack?
No.
Okay.
We're rolling with advantage, Felix.
Oh, I'm rolling with advantage. Okay.
Yep.
Bruh.
26 to hit then.
Just hits.
Ooh. Roll for damage.
So Felix turns and punches. Sucker punches Jak, connects with him like right in the flank. This is your first glance at his new gauntlets. As Felix connects, you hear this crack of thunder boom, and Jak takes 10 thunder damage.
Nice.
I dig that.
The look of shock on Jak's face as the new heavy gauntlet smashes into his chiseled jaw. A piece of blood just flies out. He almost looks like he respects the hit.
My boy packed a punch.
Am I getting a full turn here? I'm just making this attack.
Just making this one attack right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Perfect. On to Darius.
Okay. I am going to say to Felix, as a bonus action, be like, Felix, this isn't you. We literally just had a conversation that we want to help each other, not hurt each other. Remember that. You know who you are, and I will cast Bardic Inspiration on him. So hopefully you save that for your Wisdom saving throw. But from Darius' perspective, he's trying to get him to snap out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And let's see. He is going to walk over to Jak and give him, as an action,
A kiss.
a healing potion.
Oh, that works too.
So you... Oh, I guess I can roll it. So you get 6 HP back.
Thank you.
I got you.
Hey, yeah, see the fast moves by Darius, saying his words of encouragement to Felix as he quickly goes over and splashes the health potion into Jak's mouth. Anything else for you, Darius?
No, that's it.
Okay, Felix, you're up. You can go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no!
Oh, there's no point in even trying to inspire that.
What was it?
A
A
one.
one.
Oh. Yeah, so go ahead and make your full turn. Attacking these enemies that you see before you.
Okay, I just see everybody as enemies. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna move away from Jak towards Darius, as I don't know. He was saying something to me. I don't know what he did to me. And I'm gonna move towards him, and as I walk up to him, I wind up with my other fist and I punch with my gauntlet.
Okay.
It's a 24 to hit.
I'm not even going to cutting words that. There's no point. That hits.
Take 7 thunder damage.
I am going to cutting words that. I can reduce the damage too, right?
Yeah, you can choose the 1d4 to take off damage.
Yeah, so I will cutting words that. And actually, you know what? No, I won't. it's not done. I'll just take the damage.
Okay.
Because he's gonna save his abilities for his friends now, not for himself.
And then, and as Felix retracts his hand and he kind of takes a bit of a defensive stance, you see the runes on his armor glow as a small kind of energy field coats his armor. I'm going to use my bonus action for defensive field, which will give me 4 temp hit points.
Okay. Awesome.
And that's my turn.
All right. Dorhan. Now he was in shock with the first round. See what's happening. Felix punching. He thought he was just kind of joking, but now seeing that this is a serious battle, Dorhan lets out a yell. Felix, what are you doing? He charges over and he attempts to grapple him.
Oh, thank God! I thought he was going to attack. I was going to have to yell at him.
Do a
Crits on him twice.
strength check. Contested. Right, acrobatics.
I'm using acrobatics.
I'm using acrobatics. Sorry, you're doing a strength check.
Okay.
Natural 20. Oh my God.
And I'll also use the armor of strength to make it a 26 or 25. Sorry.
Okay. So Doran comes charging over towards Felix, attempts to grapple him, and you guys just look in awe as Felix almost just swats Dorhan off to the side. Absolutely no issues. He just kind of gets up from his one knee that he gets just pushed down. And Felix, snap out of it. And that's his turn. Jak.
Okay, so it's Jak's turn. Sorry, wouldn't it be my turn? I have a 16.
You went first already. This is still the first turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the last of the first. Yeah.
Jak is going to pull up his left hand, and his grapple's going to come loose, and he's going to wrap it around Felix's legs, and he's going to try to pull him prone to the ground.
Okay, so roll an attack. Dexterity.
That'll be a dirty 20.
20, okay, and then acrobatics.
I roll acrobatics.
He's gonna roll acrobatics. You do a strength.
That'll be a dirty 16.
16, okay. And now Felix with the strength saving throw to see if he can counteract this.
Oh, strength saving throw. Oh, it's the same roll anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 would be a fail.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my reaction
Mhm.
to expend another charge of my armor. If I would be knocked prone, I'm going to use my reaction to not be knocked prone.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you see the boots of the armor, the runes glow as they kind of almost like attach themselves to the floor, and Felix holds steadfast and doesn't move.
Is that till the end of the turn?
It's just for this one
Attack.
instance,
Like a reaction.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like an aura. It's just for this attack.
Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, your shot is end point. You give the pull. You know you've hit your mark, and bam, you just stand steady. No effect.
As a bonus action, can I have Rain try it or no?
You
Try to
have
yank
Rain,
him to the ground.
Rain bite him.
Well, I mean, to try to pull him to the ground.
You can use Rain to try and grapple him. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, then Rain's gonna run around on the other side of Felix and grab him by his ankle and try to pull him to the ground as well.
Okay, so acrobatics for you and Felix with the strength. Strength-based armor. We're all doing these strength things against him.
We're trying our darndest.
It's a good test run.
14.
Okay, Felix.
I'll use another charge. Using the charge for a saving throw doesn't cost a reaction, so I'll use another charge to still stand tall.
Okay.
To add 4 to make it 17.
You
Okay.
bum.
To save. Okay.
Fall to the ground, man.
So yeah, Rain, try and her best to tackle down Felix, and there's just nothing phasing Felix, standing steady, unflinching.
All right, that'll be it for Jak and Reed.
Okay. So you see now this beautiful woman appearing in the air, these wings fluttering. Oh, you've come back to play. And she swings in behind Dorhan and takes a swing at him. So her claws come out. She takes this big scratch down towards Dorhan. Dorhan swiftly just moves out of the way. The claws don't connect at all. She lets out this scream and then flies back up in the air again, going for like 15 feet high. As she moves away, Dorhan takes the opportunity to swing back with the greatsword. So as she tries to swivel out of the way, he just connects with the bottom of her back as she goes upwards into the air. She just had a scream. And she's looking very hurt now. You can see the blood starting to stream down her back, dripping straight onto the floor.
As a reaction, Reen is going to enhance Dorhan's swords with lightning.
Okay. Yeah. 1d6. Go ahead.
1d6. 1 point of lightning damage.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
So as Dorhan connects, you see this tiny spark ping, just come off the edge of the sword as it goes through her back.
She tried.
All right, Darius, you're up.
Okay, so I yell out to Dorhan, knowing Felix is not going to register what I'm saying, that this is the creature from earlier that had Jak attacking me. And then I am going to cast Fairy Fire around her.
Okay.
She has to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I don't think we told Dorhan that I attacked you.
I did. I told him about her.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Okay.
Okay.
Cutting words.
Cut the words.
For what? Oh, it was a 7. Okay, yeah, I can cutting words it. Just gotta hope that I roll a freaking 4. And I rolled.
Oh, wait. I thought it's a D. Is
Yeah,
it D?
13 I rolled.
No, it's no. I thought you rolled a
D6,
17.
Don't you roll a D6? Isn't it a bardic die?
Oh, was it a 1d6, not a 1d4? I thought it was a 1d4.
It should be a bardic
Yeah.
die.
It rolls a 1.
Because it uses bardic inspiration, so it should be the same die.
There, 5. Okay,
Hey!
so she is affected by Fairy Fire.
All right.
So if she goes invisible now, we can see her.
All right, there you go. Now you can see her if she goes invisible.
Oh, and we all have advantage against her.
Beautiful.
That sucks for you.
Any
Good
more
heavens.
for you, Darius?
No, that is it, because that would have been bonus action and my action. So I'm good.
Some utility from Darius. Nice. All right, Felix. You want to make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh my goodness. A 16, does that save?
As these whispers continue kind of in your mind, just you have to get them. You just shake your head. You now see clearly your friend standing beside you and this floating entity up in the northeast corner. You are yourself yet again.
Oh, Felix is like, damn it! What was that? And he's gonna turn and seeing whatever this creature is, he's gonna start running towards her. So that's as far as I can get with my movement. Not far enough to attack, but Felix will raise one of his hands, and a compartment opens as you see these magic bolts fly out. I'm gonna cast a magic missile.
I want to take an
Roll for
opportunity
damage.
attack on Felix.
Wow. Wow.
Technically, you could have when he moved up to me.
Well, no, he's
He was
still
still
in
at melee range.
Melee range.
Oh, okay.
I could not have.
So
So
9.
damage. 9 damage.
9 damage. Yep. 9 force damage.
9 force. All right, so as you see this compartment open in this armor, you see these magic missiles shooting out. Just poof, poof, poof. And you just see this thing, its head turn just a little, and then immediately fall down. Blood just all over the ground. This demon is now extinguished.
That was anticlimactic.
Wow.
Imagine not taking a long rest after fighting me and Darius.
I'm liking
Technically,
this.
she would have. The same time passes.
I'm liking this new armor, Felix.
Yeah. I just. What happened?
She charmed you. It's not your fault.
And you actually hit me kind of hard. I'm impressed.
Well, it wasn't exactly how I had intended to test out this new armor, but
All right, let's head up. We gotta see what's going on with A.T.L.A.S.
So I
Or
let
on
everybody
charges
get
and-
on, and then as Felix comes up beside me, I put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, "It's okay, man." Jak did the same thing to me when I got down here. And then I like jokingly kind of nudge him. I'm like, "What a jackass, right?"
Jak goes, but you couldn't take a hit.
You didn't take me down.
You looked rough.
Yeah, well, you did surprise attack me. This is conversation I'm assuming is happening while we're ascending.
Is everybody on? That's what I was going to ask. Is
Yeah,
everybody
on
getting
I
on
go.
and up? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so for obviously expediency purposes, does anybody want to do anything from the lift to the entrance to the city? Anybody want to do anything within that time period?
I'm okay. Is everyone all right?
Personally, I have nothing to do.
You got about sort of 15-minute time period by the lift going up and then traversing down.
just as we're going up, Felix will examine more parts of his armor and just have a look around. He just kind of shakes his head as we're going up the lift and just says, "Oh, well, I used a lot of the power in the suit during that fight. Oh, it's not going to come back for a while."
Yeah, can you not be knocked on the ground? Because I'm pretty sure 3 of us tried it, and I know I pulled very hard, and you did not move.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the strengths of the suit, but it's only got so much energy. It needs to recharge overnight before... I mean, I can do that a few more times, but... Goodness, I used a lot on that encounter.
When the suit's out of energy, is it out of everything?
No, the gauntlets, they're still going to work no matter what. And he just kind of taps them together, and you just hear like a bit of a small boom. But those should function no problem. But some of the other features... I mean, there's limitations. I'll try and tinker with it more later if I can, but you got to understand it. I mean, I built this thing in a cave with a box of scraps.
Hey, man. It's better than anything I could build.
Jak's gonna take one finger and he's gonna try to push Felix to see if he moves a little bit.
Yeah, he moves.
Felix
he moves
falls
a
off
little
the
bit. He goes flying.
No! Round 2.
I'm not going to use any of the suit's energy to stop that. Jeez.
Just saying.
I will give another. Since Felix still has my inspiration, I will give an inspiration to Jak as well.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
So as the elevator is going up... Sorry, go ahead.
We don't know what we're going up into. I mean, first of all, how do you even know that A.T.L.A.S is up there? I didn't even think to question that.
Oh, the sending stone.
Do
We
I
got a
know that?
message.
Was I there when he got that?
I think he was held back. He called him up. You might not have heard it. Yeah, called Felix up close and gave it to him when you guys were in the throne room.
All right. Oh, speaking of that, I was watching Critical Role. Next time, I can't just cast Comprehend Languages. It's a 10-minute spell.
Oh, it's a ritual, is it? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I thought the foreman caught you and was like, "Don't do it, or I'll kill you."
Well,
Oh my
he's
God.
seen it. He caught him, but he
saw
didn't
it,
care.
But he didn't care.
Yeah.
Because it's not offensive. It's 0%. It doesn't do anything. But yeah, it's apparently a 10-minute cast time.
All right. So as the lift's going up, Dorhan goes over to Felix. Just kind of talks quietly. Felix,
I don't know what's ahead. I know what's behind us, though. And I think out of everybody here, perhaps you should have these.
and he reaches in to a small pack and he pulls out the rocket hand and the scalpel hand that Atlas had detached before he passed away.
Right at the heels.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
can use these or whatever you can do with it, but at least perhaps you should have them.
Passes
A tear rolls down my cheek.
Felix will take them and look down and just kind of solemnly nod his head and say, "Well, sure, Dorhan. At the very least, I'll hang on to them for now. But let's get up there and see what's going on with him anyway." And Felix will stow them in his pack.
Very well.
All right, so unless anybody needs to do anything, let's take a 5 and then we will resume entering the city.
Oh, I need to be so bad.
All right, be right back.
fresh one, like you just recently became homeless, because you don't look that bad.
I feel like I look like a bum if I need to trim this, get rid of this, and then go back to high and tight. I go like months, like a month or a month and a half before I get another haircut.
Yeah. I used to shave my sides weekly, but like it's so hard doing the hairline. So now I'm just like, whatever. I go to my barber and I'm like, just cut it right up to the hairline.
Yeah, I like to spike mine up, but I can't do it right now. It's too long. I used to look like Justin Bieber back in high school.
So my hair was a bit longer than yours. Same style that I have now. And I went and got a haircut. And he cut it, sorry. When he cut it, it was a bit longer than yours. And then he spiked it up. And I was like, I look like a woman who wants to look like a dude.
We're on stream. I gotta be good.
What?
I said we're on stream. I gotta be good.
Oh,
I can't say
yeah,
what I
that's
say.
why I chose my words very carefully.
It's easier to say it in chat because then people could just delete it or yell at me.
Or just say it in our chat where we're the only ones who can see it.
Oh yeah. Good call. There we go. I feel better now. I got it out.
Oh, yeah. So, I used to work at Kojiko. Colin, you know this.
I do.
And one of my coworkers, he worked in QA, quality assurance, and he sent me an account number, and he goes, "Look at this lady's name." Her first name was EDA, her last name was DYKE.
Oh, no way.
It's funny.
Oh, man.
I did think that would have been a good moment to come up with a cool team name. Corey was very disappointed in us for not coming up with one when we had a Avengers armor moment.
Yeah, way to ruin the cool armor moment, man. He just does this armor thing, melt this thing, and you're like, so you guys came down to the mine, and you guys are jerks. Like, this is a cool moment, man.
I thought it was funny because
board.
Jack's like,
Damn.
he was like fed up. He's like, you guys are all a bunch of losers.
It's always about
And
Jack,
I
isn't
came
it?
here.
Dang.
Okay, you don't know my story, though. I wasn't a loser. I was a dick.
Big difference.
Jack's just like frustrated. He's like, okay, this guy. Cause, I mean, Darius is like readable in the sense that how you are. So it's just like, okay, this guy is a poser. And then
I'm not a poser.
Like, I thought Felix was actually like, oh, Felix is actually smart. But then I'm like, okay, Felix is actually like number one. And then Felix is like drops a bomb on us, like, oh, I'm actually like an outcast. My family hates me. And I'm like, oh, good Lord.
Oh, you mean from back then when I said I was a hero? 100% posing.
Yeah. So Jack was just like, I cannot believe this. But I felt like it was a good moment for Jack to be like, okay, I'm still going to be willing to follow you because you guys have proven yourselves to at least be capable people and not just the losers you're saying you are.
I mean, to be fair, I've never said I was a loser.
Yeah.
I just said that I was sent here to be killed.
Jack knows you're a loser.
I'm not a loser. Jack thinks I'm a loser. I would also like to point out that Jack is the second person in this party, well, only person in this party technically now that has been KO'd.
Yeah.
I was asleep. I was tired.
Taking a nap, power nap.
He also couldn't KO me, although if you had stayed mind controlled and attacked me one more time, I would have been out. You got me down to like 4 health.
Oh, and Jay, by the way, I meant to share that thing that you got when you collected the gem. I was just all in the moment.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't normally Roll20 like shows the people that we're fighting, like, or the character, and it didn't do that. And I wanted to see if this chick was a baddie or not.
You're talking about the gem one, right? The Stone of Daylight, or the other thing?
No, the other thing.
Okay, you did share that. I got that early.
I know, but the thing when you got the green gem was supposed to be the green thing that you got, kind of like.
Oh,
at the same
then
time.
okay, yeah. I was wondering. I'm like,
you're like, why did this pop up?
Yeah. Well, once it popped up, I was like, okay, this was probably related to that.
Okay.
But like when I said I take the green gem, and you're like, when you swipe it, the thing closes, and then I was waiting for something to pop up on my screen. And
Yeah.
then nothing. And I was like, oh, well, that was. I mean, it was still cool, but I just thought I was gonna get something.
Yeah, for sure. All right, are we all pretty much back in it?
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay. So everybody's ready to go? Awesome. All right. So as the lift continues up, reaches the top of the mine, Gorhan and the ATLADS continue
It's still in progress.
down the mine shafts.
Don't be
towards
silly,
the
Mr.
entrance of the
Narrator.
city.
Dorhorn's part of the ATLADS too.
Honorary member.
He refuses. So as you all come up the hatches, you walk out the doors, and what you see before you is very confusing.
Uh-oh.
You come out, you see the stone golem that the two of you seen is standing motionless in the middle of the city. You see Seraph standing to the side, and you see Jonas standing right in front of the golem.
I shout to everyone in the group, that's the thing. That's the thing that was in the room before it collapsed.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. And Seraph holds the hand up. Everybody, is everybody okay? Oh my goodness. And Jonas starts running over towards you all.
And I walk up to her as she's approaching and obviously have a very solemn look on my face. And I said, I couldn't save him. It didn't work.
What, you couldn't save Atlas?
No.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
He's here. He's not alive, but Seraph was able to get her. Well, I don't know if Seraph got it, but his body is here. Perhaps we still have a chance.
Felix wants to move past Jonas and stand, like, I can't move my new token, but stand just between her and that golem and be like, what is this thing?
So as you're walking past, he's like, "Who's this?" He's like, "Oh my goodness, Felix! What have you done? This is amazing!" And she starts just grabbing at you and lifting up your cloak, like trying to get her fingers in between the joints. This is absolutely amazing. How did you construct this so quickly? You have to tell me more. And then
I'm like, wait, Felix, show her what it does.
I don't know if I want to take it off right now. What's this golem?
Oh, of course. And then she just like runs, like scampers back towards the golem, and she just runs up to it and just pokes its leg. See, it's harmless. It's harmless.
You said it was dead?
It's standing motionless.
Oh, okay.
The Seraph moves forward. He's like, "Okay, everybody remain calm. There's no danger. This golem, it helped. It brought us A.T.L.A.S. And now you see the golem. It opens its eyes. You see these kind of red eyes glowing. And the golem slowly bows its head and its arms, and it crumples into the ground, and leaving behind Atlas's body before you. It's mangled. You see half of Atlas's head has been melted off. Both of his legs are now destroyed. The leather on his chest plate is burned off. He's like, look, can you feel it? Can you feel it? And you see Jonas putting her hand on Atlas. Do you all feel that?
I put my hand on him.
Yeah, I put my hand as well.
So will I.
Okay. So only Darius feels something. And what you feel, Darius, is you feel like a pulsar vibration. And almost like it's a little pull. Almost like it's pulling towards you. Did you feel that? Do you all feel it?
I don't
There
feel
is
anything.
something.
It's
And I want to start to focus on that.
Okay.
And if that thing will work, I will use it.
Okay. Okay, so you see Darius, his eyes flicker white, and you see him for the first time draw like a sigil right in front of him, and it floats. And you see his hand kind of vibrate, and he pushes forwards. And you see a little flicker. A little flicker in the chest of Atlas and a little flicker in his hand. And she's like, wait a second, I think that done something. Let me look. And she starts like looking around. She starts pushing at it. She's just looking under. She's like, there's something that I feel like it's almost like the parkour, like the other ones, but it seems to be absorbing, not pushing the power out. How do I reverse this? And she's looking around. She pulls out her hammer. She's kind of moving around on the inside. She's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Dr. Veritas, what do I do? And she slams her hands into Atlas's chest, and her eyes go white. Her one hand remains on Atlas's chest. And you see her reach behind her belt, and you hear 3 clicks. Click, click, click. As she does this, you see the 3 automatons come out of their areas and surround her. She raises her hand in the air, and you see a vibration in her hand, and she twists it. You see the automatons start to shake, and boom, boom, boom. The 3 power cores come out of the automaton and starts going in a circle. There's electricity binding around in a circle. There's wind rushing around. She raises her hand. She slams it down into Atlas's chest. And now, Atlas is sitting in a field. Is Atlas here?
Bruh.
Atlas is sitting in a field. Atlas, you look out, and this field is covered in flowers, colors as far as the eye can see. You take a deep breath in. The warm summer breeze, the sweetness smell of the flowers. It feels warm. You look around, you see a leaf on the ground, you pick it up in your hand, you place it on your tongue. It tastes sweet and kind of sharp, almost like it's going to burn your tongue, and then you realize, mint. This is what mint tastes like. You look out across, you see a butterfly, flies down, it lands on your finger. Beautiful noises of wildlife around you. It's so peaceful. You look around. Atlas, my boy! Are you in the right place?
I don't know. Where am I?
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if you finished everything that you wanted to before you left where you were. Did you?
I don't think so. I think... No, I don't. I think I have much to do still. Is that you, Father?
Father! Well, I rather like the sound of that. Yes, let's say father. Creator's too official, I think.
Well, yes, I mean... My friends have fathers. Oh, my friends. Oh, they're in trouble. Where I need to get back. They need my help.
Are you
They're my
sure
friends.
you need to go back? And then as he says this, the field, it slides away from beneath you. Now you just see the vision of you back on the boat with Darius. And you saying to Darius, do you want me to tell you? Or do you want me to keep it a secret just so you know just a little bit? And he says, no, you can tell me, dick. And this vision slides out of the way. And in front of you, you now see you standing in the blacksmith with Felix. You see Felix raise his hammer and smash you with his hammer. Slides out of the way. You now see the lift. You're laying with your back near the wall. You're so close to death. And And you watch as Reen hits the lever to move into the waves of energy that would
Reno!
eventually kill you.
It hurts.
This slides away, and again you see the lift. You now see yourself trying to yell, trying to scream at Jak. Help me, but no words escape your mouth as he leaps off the platform. This vision slides away. You see now Darius holding your head on his lap, trying to stabilize you as he cries and yells at Felix out of sorrow for losing his friend. You now see Felix, tears streaming down his face as he tears apart Gunnar, sacrificing him to try and fix you and bring you back. You see Jak and Reen, they're pulling your body, yanking it through the mines towards the city. Jak straining every muscle he has, sweat dripping down his face. You see Jonas in her workshop, down on both knees, weeping. I'm sorry, Atlas. I don't know what to do. Dr. Veritas, he turns now to Atlas. Something that should not be possible has been made so. Little bit like your initial creation, I would say. If you wish, you have a chance to return to the mortal plane. But there is something you must know. The connection that I initially made with the very source that gives you life and the body that I created for you has been severed. If you do return and this connection is remade, you do so as if it was the first day that you opened your eyes on our island. And he gestures, he points one way. You see your friends all standing around your body in Memoria City, and the other way you see the beautiful field of flowers.
Oh, Father. So, do you know if my friends are okay? I very much want to be with them again, but that field looks beautiful.
Only you can make the choice.
But please, I can't make a choice like this. The beauty for suffering? Oh, but my friends could be suffering. I don't want to leave them. But will I be their friend when I come back? What will I be?
If you've been their friend once, I think you can be their friend again.
Oh, I very much love being their friend. I don't tell them enough, but they're the best friends I've ever had.
Dr. Veritas gives a big smile, like just ear to ear.
But you, Father, you are my friend too, and I very much miss you. Will I see you again on the mortal plane?
We can only hope, son.
I like that. I like being your son. I wish I could be more like you, more like them. I think that's my goal. And I can't do that here. So I need to go back. I need to be with my friends.
Very well. And he gestures towards you can see your body laying in amongst all of your friends.
And Father?
Yes.
I think I love you. I think that's the right word. But I think I love my friends more. Thank you.
And I turn and I walk towards my body.
Okay. As you walk towards the body, you now see like lights, different colors, red, yellow, green, flying towards you as you feel yourself be pulled. Everybody, you now see Jonas slamming her hand, the energy from these spheres going into Atlas. You see this green light sparkle out. You feel this explosion, everything being sucked towards Atlas and thrown back. You're all thrown back 5 feet. Jonas knocked to the side, unconscious. And everybody takes 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, shit.
You see now as Dorhan falls down. No! Ah! You see Dorhan's leg receding back up. You see Philibert on his shoulder start to crumple. The vine now just brown on the ground. Ah! Jonas unconscious. What do you do?
Jak is going to quickly run over to Jonas to try to prop her up.
Okay, she is unconscious. Atlas, you open your eyes. You can see your friends. You don't feel pain, but you're unable to move. You don't see any legs on the bottom. You're missing part of your plate helmet. Your leather's being burnt off.
Felix will climb up and rush to Atlas. Atlas!
Same.
Atlas, are you back?
Processing.
I'm going to cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Atlas.
I'll start casting Mending to try and repair whatever I can.
Processing. Processing. Processing.
As these spell effects come in, you start to see your mending effect. Mends the edges of the pieces of Atlas that are still there to curve them off with no sharp edges, but doesn't regenerate any of the parts of him. The healing spells you put into Atlas, you can feel that they're being absorbed, but you don't see any physical change.
Okay.
Seraph, help! Seraph goes running over to Dorhan as he drops down. You see him now and like looking and panicking, looking down, missing the lower part of his leg.
Felix, do you have Atlas?
Yeah, I think so. And Felix will quickly remove his armor as it kind of folds into the box, and so that he's got more free use of his tools, and he'll just keep working away, casting Mending. He'll take, Felix will reach into his pack, take out the 2 hands, and also try and reattach those.
And so the automatons that came out and sacrificed their power cores, they're offline now, right?
Yeah, they're crumpled on the ground.
Okay, so I'm on my way over to Dorhan, and as I do, I tell Felix to take the legs from the blacksmith and to salvage any other parts he can to try and patch them up as I make my way down.
Felix nods, and
Jak will help bring them to you, to Felix. He just wants to make sure that Jonas is stable.
Okay. Do a medicine check, Jak, for me.
Excuse me, 15.
Okay, yeah, so you can tell that she's stable. She's just unconscious.
Okay.
She doesn't seem physically harmed.
As long he's gonna like lay her in a more comfortable position, and then he's gonna help drag. Reen's also gonna help drag some of the. Actually, Reen's gonna go stay with Jonas, and then Jak is gonna start manhandling all these guys closer to Felix.
Yeah, Felix, as Jak brings stuff over, Felix is going to start trying to disassemble these other offline automatons and mold pieces, try to work them, reattach them to Atlas, try to build Atlas a full body.
Okay. So you start tinkering. You can see that what's needed to meld these things together, it's not going to be able to work from the parts that you have here. There's melding and smithing and shaping of metals that you're going to need to make this work. So Jonas starts to come around. She starts to open her eyes. Like, what happened, Jak? What happened?
I think Atlas is awake, and whatever happened when he came to sent us all back a little bit, and I'm assuming your small frame got launched a little further.
Atlas is okay, and she scrambles trying to get up now, but she's still kind of like a little bit dizzy, scrambling on her hands and knees. Atlas, and she starts running over.
Processing. Processing. Please take the medical. Please take the medical emergency.
Atlas, are you there? Is it you? Is it really you? Felix, did you do this? Did you bring him back? He's got some type of life now. Did you do this?
No, Jonas, you did this, but he's still not whole. There's something wrong. We have to try and prepare him, but I don't think I have what I need to do it. Maybe, what about the equipment that you have in your workshop? Do you think that we could use that?
Yes. To the works. Bring him to the workshop, of course. He just if it's just his body needs fixed, we can do that much. So she starts.
I'm gonna use all the strength I have to pick Atlas up and try and carry him over there.
Okay.
Jak will assist.
Okay, perfect. All right. With the both of you, Atlas pretty much like half his body weight as he was last time, with the damage that he's received. So, but with both of you helping, you're able to bring him over. Jonas makes it inside. Dorhan, as you guys pass, you just see Dorhan not in pain, but just more in shock, as Seraph's kind of inspecting, trying to check out what's going on with his leg. So you guys enter the area now. It's like, Felix, I think we can do this. If we have the pots of the automatons. Jak, you were bringing in the automatons, were you, or is it Darius?
No, I wanted to help Dorhan.
Oh, okay.
Jak will go get him again. He'll sigh because he just dragged them over to where they were initially.
Okay.
Well, Felix will run out with him and help him carry everything back.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll just take you guys a couple of minutes to kind of pull that through. So Darius, you're approaching Dorhan now as Seraph's kind of checking the Dorhan's leg.
Yeah, so I am assuming I can get a sense of what's happening.
What's going on, Darius? I don't understand. Like, I don't feel the pain, but what happened?
Atlas is restoring, and I think it's undoing the energy that burst out of him. And your leg was one of those things. And Filbert also is gone. Now, I don't know if this is going to work because I don't know how old it is, and I reach into the bag of infinity and I think leg and I pull Dorhan's leg out of the bag.
By the gods, man!
It's like rotten flesh now. It's like hanging off the edge. It's like slippery and covered in viscous blood.
Yeah, that didn't. Well, and I drag it off and put it in the tent.
Atlas is more important. I was taken aback. I'm not hurt. We can figure this out later. Is Atlas okay?
Well, I mean, I don't have the expertise. I think they're currently repairing his body now. I'll go check on him just to let you know. I didn't know what the state of your leg would be, and it's been in the bag for a while, and I didn't know if the bag could preserve it. Clearly it can't. So I will be back, and I make my way over to the house.
So as you're making your way over, Seraph, just kind of, he's saying, Jonas, is everything okay? Do you need me? It's like, Jonas just completely ignores Seraph, just working away, trying to get these parts together, trying to work, and Seraph just kind of smiles, knowing how she gets when she's focused in her work, and heads back out to assist Dorhan. You guys are in the workshop. Felix and Jonas, you see now taking parts of the automatons, heating up parts of this, trying to manipulate the metal, and the body of Atlas looks to be alive, but still doesn't seem to be functioning.
Is there anything I can do, guys? You're muted.
Sorry. I don't know what else we need.
I think we have what we need. We need some time. That's what I need. I need time. Felix, help me with this. And she pulls you over to the corner and just getting you to smelt down parts of the leg components from the blacksmith. This is a task. I think only Felix and I can do this.
Okay, very well. I will go out, and I'm going to go kind of just like survey the immediate area to see if I can find Dorhan a stick again. Like a cane or something he can walk with.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, if you search around, there's not much in the way of, like, random twigs or sticks or anything in the main city part, but You could maybe, I don't know, break down a chair or something from the inn or something like that.
Yeah, basically anything. If I can find anything that I can turn into something that he can do, I will do that while they're working on Atlas.
Okay. All right. So you head on out. Jak, what do you want to do while Felix and Jonas are working on Atlas?
Jak is going to go outside and call Reen to him, and he is going to go sit in the inn.
Okay. Good enough. All right. So you go and sit in the inn, unable to order a drink because now there's no barkeep.
Can he get his own? Oh, no, he can't because it came from the magic chest.
Yeah. Unfortunate. So Tinker hammering away. You can see, Felix, how quickly Jonas is working, but you can see how slow this process is. She's trying to add different components from the leg compartments to the arm compartments. You said did you say you were trying to fashion on the hands?
Yeah, I had his original hands. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you focus specifically yourself. You focus on the arm components, as from the rock falls and the burning combined really has mangled any connections that were there. So the next little while you focus on the arm components building down to where the hands would go. So as that's happening, Darius, you can easily go into the inn, break off the back of one of the taller chairs, which would fit underneath the height of Dorhan.
Okay, so I want to take that over to him.
Okay.
And be like, here, use this to stand and get around a bit easier.
Very well. I thank you this time, Darius.
You're welcome.
I apologize for my last brazen response, but I'm sure you can understand the circumstances.
Yeah, I'd probably freak out if I saw my leg half rotten too, so sorry.
He kind of pulls on your arm to pull himself up and then puts the...
Can I do a strength check to see if I can hold against his weight?
Sure.
4.
So as Darius reaches up to leverage himself on your shoulder, he completely just pummels you right into the ground. Stand himself up, and you're in your kneeled position, both knees now from being pushed down. Sorry, Darius, sorry. And then he lifts.
Heavy.
He puts the thing under his arm, and then he lifts you up.
Well, thank you. I guess we're even. Well, probably not, but I'm gonna go.
All right, so Dorhan's gonna go over. He's just gonna rest at the side. He kind of just wants to protect and make sure like whatever's happening is happening as it's supposed to happen. Inside Jonas's hut, Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
Is Atlas making any sounds, communications?
Processing. Hello?
And Jonas spins around real quick. Atlas, are you back? Are you back? Is it you?
Hello. I am an automated technician for life-saving assistance and support. Does not compute.
She turns around and looks at Felix.
Does not compute.
Oh dear. Do you know what's happening, Felix?
You're more familiar with his original design than I am. I'm not sure.
Let me
what
check
did you
his...
even do to get him to this state?
I didn't do anything. I got frustrated because I couldn't fix him, and then all of a sudden I was on the ground, and there was light. He seemed to be alive again. I thought somebody did something.
Well, you definitely did something, even if you're not really aware of it. But I'm not sure what else to do. I mean, I've tried mending and repairing everything I can. Is there anything else that the doctor would have left behind that we could use?
So As you're saying that, she notices now that you've kind of... Oh, Felix, you've got that one arm almost complete. But you had his hands. Let's try this. Which hand do you want to try and put on Alice?
The right one. His right.
Okay, so it's the rocket hand. Okay, so you take it that what would be Alice's rocket hand, and you find this place now that you've constructed for it. You kind of push it in, and you hear that click, and you kind of like give yourself a nod and a smile, knowing that those connections that you made have perfectly fit the receiver of Alice's hand.
Processing. Does not compute.
Well, for now, we'll just keep trying to repair his body. Figure out the other piece after. I'm gonna start trying to work.
His hand like kind of jumps up and starts like clicking and adjusting.
Processing. Calibration complete.
The hand just drops down to the side.
And Felix kind of watches the hand warily and then turns to Jonas and says, just keep an eye, like one of your eyes on that hand in case it tries to poke you in the eye.
It seemed to do something. It said completed.
Oh, I'll work away at attaching the other hand as well then.
Okay, I'll work on the legs. I'm almost done. And she starts working away on the scraps of the legs.
System restoration 68%.
Oh man, 1% short of my favorite percent.
We're getting there.
69%.
There it is.
70%.
Okay, so as they're working away, this is obviously taking some time. Darius, what are you doing during this time?
I'm just leaning and like trying to listen in through the window because I don't want to be in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be like an inconvenience to anyone, so I'm just behind the house, leaning against the wall, trying to like hear through the window what's going on.
Okay. All right. Seraph will... She's going to go in and she's just going to sit and watch as Felix and Jonas are working on Alice. Jak, do you need to do anything? Are you doing anything?
Jak is going to... Are there like cups and stuff out on the tables, like even old stuff?
Nope.
Behind the counter?
There's nothing. No, it literally comes when it's needed.
Okay. Jak is going to go into some of the buildings and look for any small random objects, even in the tent that A.T.L.A.S was in, eating stuff, and he's going to find random things for him to eat.
Okay, yeah. You find random scrap metal in there. There's some old lanterns that were broken down. There's some like old tinder boxes. Yeah, you can find definitely pieces of scraps of metal there.
All right. Yeah, glass, anything that he would stick in his mouth.
Okay. So as you're searching for that, Seraph, just seeing Darius out through the window, glides her way out and around. Darius, may I speak with you?
I look over. Sure.
Perhaps a little bit more private. She starts walking away to the other side, not right by the window.
Okay, I will follow.
I need to know how you did what you did.
What do you mean?
How did you activate that ritual?
I don't know how to explain it. So much has happened, but you know the whole story of everything that's happened so far, right?
I believe so.
I mean, did anybody tell you about the portion with me and A.T.L.A.S in the laser beam room? And
the newest part of this story was given to me not by one of your friends, but we'll say a guide. But I need to know... I don't understand how you, a bard, was able to call forth such magics as to show what transpired here.
Oh, right. Um, so, funny story. I have had a natural affinity with the arcane since I've been young. I mean, nothing crazy. I'm not like a crazy sorcerer and I can't call meteors down or anything, but it's helped enhance a lot of the stuff that I do. And for a lot of my life, that worked to my benefit. A lot of my songs were enhanced by the arcane, so they were more alluring to people. Um, I can, speak words of inspiration to people and actually increase their ability. Not insanely. It's a minor change, but sometimes it's just enough. So I've kind of just had this connection to the arcane since I was a kid. And when I tried to revive Atlas in that room, okay, I know that I am not the most popular in the group, so please don't think I'm crazy. But I had a vision when I was in there. Everything froze, and there were two figures, and one of them I'm pretty sure was my father, and I don't trust him. He offered me a crystal. It was a purple crystal, and then there was a small woman. To be honest, it kind of reminded me of Jonas a little bit, but they were hooded. I couldn't see their face. And they offered me a green crystal, and they said to follow my heart and my compassion. And most of my life, I've kind of just followed things that like desire. I've taken what I've wanted and kind of just lived like that. And losing Atlas changed that for me. I don't want to be greedy and hurt people. So I reached for the green crystal, and then when I did that, something inside of me changed, and I had that ability. Sorry, that was a long-winded explanation, but
I'd rather be long-winded with information than short-winded with nothing.
yeah.
So it sounds like you're discovering more about yourself since you've landed here. And it sounds like you're not fully aware of your, say, heritage.
No, actually, I don't really know my parents. I don't even remember how I ended up where I ended up. As a kid, I was where I was.
So, on your island, were you taught anything about the cataclysm or the deities involved?
Oh. So, as a bard, we have different colleges that we go to. And I am from the College of Lore, but again, I was a very distracted individual in my youth, and truthfully, most of my adult life. Uh, I can recall bits and pieces, and then I hold up the bag of infinity, and I was like this. I had an idea what it was. I didn't know details, um, but I wasn't really given much information. No, and if I was, I sadly wasn't paying attention. Do you know anything? Can you tell me?
I learned many things where I'm from, and what I've found that information is most definitely power, and information in the wrong hands, well, that could be catastrophic. So some things I've learned, some things I have been told, and I believe that you're from a line of sorcerers that we're not on the right side of the cataclysm.
Oh.
Conciso sorcerers, they were called. And they used vibrational magic.
Oh, yeah. So when I touched Atlas, I could feel a vibration. That was how I knew, like it like called to me almost.
That would make sense. That's essentially the source of your power. However, because of the negative impact they had during the cataclysm, they were, you could say, pushed under, made fun of, ridiculed, pushed beneath, almost to the point of anybody forgetting they were there. Bards making people laugh, singing in taverns. Some of the most powerful sorcerers in the world now just made into a laughing matter. But it seems that this core source of this magic is not gone forever. So I would caution you. What you do with these things, if you find more of these rituals, don't be so flippant to play with them.
Oh, okay. This one seemed like it helped, though.
It may have helped in the interim, Darius, but who knows what this may have started. But I'm glad you're safe, and I'm glad that we have a chance to get Atlas restored. Like I said before, you're all here for a reason, and all of our fates are intertwined.
Well, okay, can you help me? Like, if I find more, I mean, I to be honest, when I find them, I don't really. It's hard to explain. It's just there's a feeling inside of me that's shifted. I've gained 2. Would you say by now the pulse has come back? I'm gonna blow it if I do. I just want to show her. So there's this one which is more destructive seemingly, and then I push my hand out and just aim out like into a field. I don't want to hit anything or destroy anything.
Yeah, so you see the surface area circle down by like a fire destroyed tent there. You see the kind of this almost like a bolt almost come down a ripple, and then you see the rocks and the dirt actually lift off the ground. This wave, and Seraph just kind of like stands back for a second. She's like, indeed, that does look quite powerful. Well, I hear your doubts in your voice, but if I could advise you anything, it looks like you're already following what's in your heart, so I believe if you stay true to that path, then you might be okay. And she puts her hand on your shoulder, and she turns to walk away.
I grab her for a second.
Okay,
and I just turn her and Huh?
Yep, she turns and looks at you.
Oh, thank you. Nobody's ever seen me like that before.
Kiss her.
No.
Well, maybe it's time you show them. And then she continues to walk off.
Yeah, and I let her go.
Okay. All right, so Jak, you're going in to try and feed Alice?
I'm just gonna bring all the stuff in, so if he is, Jak doesn't know if he's awake yet, but he's gonna come in with just like an armful of stuff, and just kind of like set it to the side and be like, "Is he up?"
He said some things, but I don't think he's fully ready yet. Felix, how's it going on that arm? And you're pretty much completed the arm portion, the other arm portion.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lock it in like this. Done.
All right, you put it in, you hear that click, 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 and then you almost feel it kind of like almost like suck the hand in almost, and now that one is now attached.
Calibration, calibrating. Click, click, click. Calibration complete. Calibration complete.
So as you do that, and you hear the voice come from Atlas, you see now Jonas coming along, finishing off the last little sections of the bottom of Atlas's legs. He's like, I think that's it for the body. I'm not really sure what else we can do.
Jak's gonna lean over and he's gonna kind of knock on Atlas a bit, and he's gonna pull out his dagger, and he's going to run the blade across his finger to draw blood and be like, "Atlas, I'm injured. Can you fix this?"
Does not compute. Please state the medical emergency.
My finger is bleeding.
Medical emergency. Processing.
He's
98%
injured.
complete.
Oh, he's different.
98, he's getting closer. So now as he's processing these units, now you take a look at the work that Felix and Jonas have just been scrambling, trying to put together. And you now see the new body of Atlas before you.
Nice.
He looks good, but...
99.
It's 99. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you see Jonas is now actually kind of hopping up and down, and her little fists are going. I think we did it, Felix. She grabs your shoulders and she's like shaking you back. I think we did it. He's getting
there. 100% systems restored.
And Jak's gonna
up and
Happy birthday.
Jak's gonna hold out his hurting finger.
And Atlas is going to immediately touch his finger and cast Cure wounds.
Nice.
That was a lot of suspense. I was like, spiritual weapon.
Just starts shaking.
Gonna touch his finger and cast Hex.
I'm gonna heal him with a medicine check if I can. I don't have my character sheet open.
Yeah, I can roll it for you.
Yeah. Do I need to cure? What's the cantrip one I got?
You don't have a cantrip healing.
I thought I did.
I don't think there is a cantrip healing.
This is the one where I gotta like touch him.
Oh, healing touch, isn't it?
Yeah, cure wounds is the one you gotta touch.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not
No, it's level
spell,
1.
yeah.
Yeah. So
all right, yeah. I'll cast that.
there you go. I'll cast it for you.
Cool.
All right. So you see him cast it. You see this pulse come out from Atlas, and you look at your finger. It is repaired.
I
You have a
climb
wound?
through the window and I just run and like hug him. I'm like,
Jack-
"You're okay," and I like jump on him and hug him.
Does not compute.
I
Medical
don't even
wound
care.
mended.
Jack's gonna hold up a piece of glass and he's gonna hand it. He's gonna hold it in front of Atlas and see if he takes it.
He doesn't do anything. Just standing there.
Hey.
So while I'm hugging him, is there any reaction from him? No.
He's just standing steady.
I like loosen my hug and then like slide back and like put my hands on his shoulders. And I'm like, "Atlas, buddy, do you recognize me?"
Please take the medical emergency.
Uh-oh.
Dorhan
Guys,
comes in.
I don't think he has his memories.
Atlas, is that you?
Please take the medical emergency.
Atlas, are you in there? Can you talk about anything else?
Hello. I am an automated technician for life-saving assistance and support. How may I be of service?
How did you
He's
restore
missing
him?
a leg.
Maybe this was the cost. I mean, his body had taken a lot of damage. Maybe his memory banks were fried.
It's not just his memory banks, Darius. He's behaving like the automatons that we just disassembled.
Maybe he's got to kind of rebuild his personality from scratch. We don't know what his life was before he came to the ship. We don't know how long he was active.
He was so unique. So much more than, just another machine. Now, it was like he had a soul.
Jack's gonna press the glass into his mouth area, see if it slides in.
Okay, you try to force the glass in. Is Atlas going to resist it, or
You're muted.
No, he can decide. He can put it in with my mouth if he'd like.
okay?
All right, yeah. Jack's gonna slide it in.
You just hear it clunk into the body of Atlas. No reaction.
I have a thought.
Thank you.
Atlas,
Said thank you.
Atlas. Hello, Atlas.
Hello?
Can you do me a favor? And this is going to sound weird, but just bear with me, okay? Open your mouth wide.
He just follows the command.
And I want to stick my hand down his throat and see if I can find the flower. Is it still in there?
You don't find anything.
But a piece of glass.
Yeah.
Piece of glass, yeah.
All right, I pull my hand out.
You
Now you've cut your
in the
finger.
glass.
I'll take a
1d4.
point of damage.
What are you
okay,
doing,
thank you.
Darius?
You can close your mouth.
Very well.
Very well.
Jonas had a flower that was a special message to him. And I was hoping that if he could replay the message, maybe it might help bring some of his memories back, but whatever was in his stomach is gone.
It was probably destroyed when everything happened.
Yeah, his torso didn't look like it took that much damage, though. It was more just the outskirts of him.
So this was a secret message from who?
Elias? Yes.
Oh, okay. Jonas, do you have another one of these special flowers that had a message? Would it help? Do you have one?
And Jonas looks up and says, I don't. That was kind of the only thing. That's the only thing that he left here. That's the only thing that was his. Oh, Alice, do you recognize me? It's Jonas. And she starts like jumping up and down and waving.
He just kind of waves, but no real react. Just
Jack's gonna tell Atlas, he's missing a leg. And he's gonna point at Dorhan.
is Dorhan like fully missing a leg?
Yeah.
It's
Everything that fixed is gone.
Yeah, his leg is missing. It's not bleeding. It's not ruptured. It's healed from previously. Yeah, it's not bleeding. He's not in pain.
Appendage is missing, but no immediate threat to health.
We know where it is. It's just in really bad shape.
Darius,
Please fetch the leg.
I wouldn't do that.
What if he can fix it?
I am
will
not comfortable.
attempt to heal or fix the appendage. Please
I'm not
bring it here.
comfortable with putting dead flesh on my body. We will
Let's just see if he can mend the flesh first.
What if it's undead flesh or something and it takes over my body? I don't want to. You've seen what we come up against.
Felix, can't you make him a leg out of all these parts here?
Yeah,
Or Jonas.
might be able to make him a prosthetic, but Atlas, do you really not have any conscious thoughts beyond your whatever you're programmed to do?
I'm a pre-programmed and designed automaton here to provide life-saving assistance and support when needed.
No, you're not. You're our friend.
Friend, I don't understand.
Does not compute.
Jonas, oh goodness. Oh no, what do we do? What do we do? He recalibrated
Someone
with the
should
sands.
fetch the undead leg for reassembly.
Well, Dorhan, we can try and build you a mechanical.
I grab Atlas by the hand and I take him to the tent.
I know we can do that some other time. I'm okay with that, but I just want to try and get Atlas. We're so close to getting our friend back. I don't know what to do.
I must mend the leg.
Maybe it'll take a day or two. If he's acting like it's his first time existing, then maybe he'll grow like the rest of us. He'll get a personality, maybe a different personality.
And Jonas puts up like, oh, I hope that's not true. That means everything that he had before, the person he was, the person that became our friend and everything, is all gone. And I don't want to think that. I don't want to think that's gone. I liked him so much and he was so nice and he always wanted to help. And Dr. Veritas made him the way he was. And I don't want to be something different because that's not what Dr. Veritas made. And oh no, I miss Atlas. How do we get him back? And she kind of just goes back, kind of slumps on the chair, dangles her feet off as she just rubbing her forehead, just trying to think.
Did you drag me outside, you said?
Yeah, I dragged you into the tent with me to show you the leg.
Oh, okay.
Roll a strength check.
Well,
Unless he's not
willingly
resisting.
come with me.
Do you willingly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. If he's taking me to bring the leg.
Okay.
Did you say that you're bringing me to the leg, or you just?
Yeah. I said, come with me. I'll show you the leg. But I didn't want. Like, I'm trying to do it behind Dorhan's back.
Very well. Please bring me to the appendage.
As he says that, Dorhan follows out. Darius, there's
Will
no
the
time
patient
for
remain
this.
inside, please, and stay stationary on the floor? We will be approving the appendage for reinsertion.
Doctor's orders, big man.
By the gods. Should we not
We'll
be trying to
talk here.
restore his memories?
I'm not in the house any. Come, just get in here.
Although, It might be easier to accomplish our missions if he follows single commands.
Very true.
Huh. Doran just is just standing inside now, leaning against the wall on his one leg. So while Darius is bringing Atlas out, is anybody else doing anything specific?
Nope.
Might see if I can get to work on building Dorhan a prosthetic leg based on what we have here.
Yeah, sure. You can start working on that. Yep. Based on the components that you had from the other automatons, no, it's different. There would be enough to fashion a prosthetic leg. It would just trying to figure out how to make that connection to the human aspect to make it work is what's going to be the biggest challenge. You might need some assistance with that.
Drill it in his leg.
So it'll take about 15-20 minutes or so just to kind of construct the endings of one of these leg components to actually be able to kind of figure the size.
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask Jonas for help. But Jonas, you think you can help me? I don't know. I've never tried to do something like this. I mean, I can construct it, but I don't know how I'm gonna make it so that it actually works.
Well, working with the other automatons, I'm quite familiar actually with how the flesh components kind of intermingle with the mechanics. Now, it's not exactly the same because the automatons have kind of a flesh coating, as it says, and it doesn't actually make the flesh itself work. It's kind of more like a shell, but it's very similar in how it would connect. So I think we could figure this out. In fact, it might be good as a distraction. If I work on this, then maybe I can think about something for Atlas because I really want Atlas back. I miss Atlas. I didn't know him for very long, but he was nice, and I already miss him.
Is Doran still in here, or did he go out with
no. He came back in because he was told to lay down on the ground. He's just grumbling, so he is in the room.
Okay. No, we're going to try and get you fixed up with something, Dorhan.
Well, I think I'd prefer that than a 2-day-old corpse leg.
Only been 2 days?
You should have Corey. You should have control of your thing now. I added your control.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you take Atlas out to show him the leg.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to scan the leg and ascertain. Oh, it's been a whole session.
That's the first time it's been said today.
If I can heal it back to a usable state.
Okay.
I'm also still in the chamber.
Oh, I thought I gave you access to move yourself.
Well, I mean, I'm in a different map though.
Oh, sorry. This whole time you're not even seeing what we're doing.
It's okay. I'm malfunctioning.
Okay, here we go. There we go.
Yes.
Much better.
Great. All right.
Okay, please lead the way.
Oh, we already here, right?
Yeah, it's right in the tent I'm standing in.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So this is the leg. Point to the ground. It's just there. I think it has armor on it still, so I don't know if you want to take that off.
You are correct. This is a leg, and
Dorhan's leg.
Is Dorhan a species?
The guy that's in the house that's missing his leg, that's Dorhan.
Oh, his name is Dorhan.
Yes.
Okay, noted.
You seem sassier than before. I don't even know that was possible.
Please explain sassier.
Like a little bit of attitude, but like almost in a good way.
Very well. I will continue to be sassier.
Yes.
If that pleases you.
Excellent. Oh, well, I'm going to have fun with this. By the way, my name is Darius Silverstrum. Pleasure to meet you. again.
Nice to meet you, Darius Silverstrum.
One thing you should know about me, I am always truthful.
Very well, noted.
Okay, so what? Can you fix the leg?
Can I fix the leg?
You can. You could repair the leg. Roll a medicine check.
With advantage?
Sure.
It's my first day.
I'm just alive.
What about with like double advantage?
Roll a real dice. Come on, roll a real dice, bro.
Oh
All right.
god. So yeah, as you look at this and then using the knowledge you have, you're unable to figure out how you could make this workable to attach it to a currently living species.
This leg is dead.
Okay.
I could try casting a mending spell and see if it would work, but I'm unable to ascertain whether it will be efficient enough to repair. Should I proceed?
He's not comfortable with it. I was kind of hoping you could restore it here first and then attach it.
Yes, I would try to restore it here.
Okay,
And
I
then
mean,
attach.
if you can restore it, let's give that a shot and see. And before you do, since it seems you are still getting the dust off, I'm gonna sing you a little song. I
I'm unaware of any
will
dust.
remember you. Will you remember me?
Please
And
stop.
I will give him bardic inspiration.
Please
Okay.
stop.
Does not compute.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try to cast like cure wounds on it, see what the fuck it does.
Okay. So Cure Wounds has no effect. It's just kind of accelerated decay to a point where healing's not affecting it.
Okay.
The leg is dead.
Okay, well, thank you for trying.
It should be disposed of.
Wait a minute. He didn't have the
Waiting?
flower. I had the flower. He gave it to me to put in the bag of holding. And I remember that right now. So I stick my hand in, and I think of the flower in the bag of infinity, and I pull it out.
Okay, you have the purple flower that Atlas gave you in your hand.
Atlas, take this, please.
I hold it.
Okay, hold the flower.
How long would you like me to hold on to this for? And what is its purpose?
It's actually yours.
I do not have any belongings.
Well, this actually does belong to you. It was left for you by your father. Well, I guess I would say creator. I don't know that he called him father.
I do not have any belongings.
Just trust me. This is yours.
Does not compute.
I know. Hopefully one day it will. I don't know what he did to activate it, so I can't give him any type of advice.
No.
The woman in there, Jonas, she actually knows more about it. She might be able to help you out with it.
I am here to help. I don't need any help. Do you need help?
Well, you don't remember that flower, and it was yours, so I think you do need help.
Darius Silverstrum always tells the truth.
Yes.
Does not compute.
I am telling the truth, though.
Here is your flower.
No, this is
I
your
just-
flower.
I set it on the ground and I walk out.
Okay.
I pick it up and put it back in the bag of infinity.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk back to my patient.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Jonas, so
Kinda
I'll
leaning
walk
us
in
low.
with him.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk in and immediately.
Your leg is irreparable. You will now live a handicapped life going forward. If you need any help or need to speak upon how to live this life, I can happy to assist and provide comfort and tips and tricks to operate with one appendage that is a leg.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be sure to ask for help when I need it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I just go walk over to the corner, turn, and then just kind of just stare.
Okay. So you approach Jonas. Yes, Darius?
So, and I again reach into the bag, pull the flower out. I actually remembered that I had the flower.
Oh,
Now,
yes, the flower.
Do you know how Atlas used it before?
Used it? Well, he'd probably do like he did anything else, and he'd just scan it, I guess.
Okay, so if I ask him to scan it, it should give him the information?
Well, I don't know. He said when he scanned it, he got a message from Dr. Veritas. That's all I know. I don't really know much about it other than it doesn't look like, because I used to try and water the flowers out there, and that was there, and that wouldn't take any water, and it never grew, but it stayed the same, and that's all I really know about it.
I pat her on the head. Thank you. And I walk over to Atlas and ask him, I present the flower again, and I say, scan this and tell me if you get anything from it.
Okay.
I will scan the flower.
All right.
Scanning.
So Atlas holds out his hands. You kind of see this little flicker of light in his eyes as he scans the flower. See, flicker, flicker, flicker. And then he kind of powers down. And we're going to leave it there.
Oh no, I broke him!
I knew that was about to happen.
Next session's Core's not here again. We're like, oh.
It's gonna be a whole Atlas episode.
We broke him again. Where's another ritual circle?
We only have to wait 3 weeks to find out what happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, next week's the start of the one shot, so the one shot will last 2 weeks. It will last 2 weeks.
I want to open a shop.
It will not be any longer. Yeah, awesome session, guys. Thanks so much. It's good to have half an Atlas back.
Yay! The ATLADS.
Coming to
the
my
rescue.
God,
Yeah, well that name is useless now because you're not you.
We're keeping the fucking name now.
I'm not losing it. I like the name.
I said AT.LAS holes.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if your brother will go for that.
I liked jack offs. That made me die laughing.
Oh my God, the jack offs. That is good. I kind of like that. I just don't want your name to be in the title.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
All right.
Good session.
Yeah,
See you guys next
absolutely.
week.
We'll see you in the next session.
Bye.
So Ryan, enjoy your 2 weeks off.
Yes, enjoy your vacay.
I will. Thanks.
Enjoy.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next week. We're doing a one-shot that's going to last 2 weeks. It's not going to be with the same characters. It's going to be different characters within the same world. So if you're interested in what's happening with this particular world, you'll want to watch because it might give a little bit of backstory or information or something that's not being kind of conveyed within this story. So excited for that. We will see you next week, 7:30 p.m. EST Tuesday. See you then, guys. Take care.
Bound by honor, lost in time, the ATLADS march towards the line. Oh, oh, ride the storm, sail the tide.